at wakemid.org.
Tim Donnelly here for Bailey's Fine Jewelry, where they have a timepiece, a luxury timepiece for you. I like to say that your interest in watches, your likes, your taste, it's as unique as you are. Some people, they want history. They want military history like Hamilton. They want watchmaking innovation history like the Blancpain 50 Fathoms, granddaddy of all the dive watches, or the Moon Watch from Omega that's been worn on the moon more than any other watch. Some want something brand new. Some want something innovative. Some want something trendy. The Norcanes, the more modern pre-owned and vintage Rolex. There are so many options when it comes to what you wear on your wrist, what statement you want to make. And lucky for us, the Fox & Bailey Watch Shop, located inside Bailey's Fine Jewelry at their Village District location, as well as the Omega Boutique, the largest of its kind in the country, and the main showroom at Bailey's, have it all. No matter what you want your luxury timepiece to say, they have the watch for you.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
They score! It's bow time.
Finally, lunchtime. I'm starving.
What's that?
This is the Bojangler from Bojangles.
With the same bold flavor as their chicken?
The same.
And fries?
The same.
Huh. Well, I've got a PB&J.
Yeah, that's not the same.
A crispy fish fillet dusted in Bo's famous seasoning. With cheese and tartar sauce on a fluffy bun, the Bojangler's back. Hook one while you can. It's bow time.
There's bow time, and then there's Bojangler time. You heard right. The Bojangler fish fillet sandwich is back for limited time at participating Bojangles. A light, flaky, perfectly seasoned fish fillet with lettuce, cheese, and tartar sauce tucked inside a bun. Make it a combo and add Bojangles seasoned fries and legendary iced tea. Hungry for Bojangles but in the mood for something different? Then it's Bojangler time.
This Saturday, April 4th, elevate your game day with the North Carolina Courage. Kickoffs at 6:30 as they face the Portland Thorns. Upgrade to premium seating, lounges, party decks, and the best views in the house. Limited availability. Reserve now at nccourage.com or call 919-459-8144.
The Canes light the lamp here. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs, 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Carolina up 1-0. Overall, fans on the opportunity. And Nikishin hands it to Aho. He'll jump in on the rush. Jarvis with it. Nikishin. He scores! Short-handed! Alexander Nikishin releases a laser. And his first ever short-handed goal has Carolina up 3-0.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program.
It's a Friday.
It's a good Friday.
Yeah, it is. We're in the playoffs.
All right.
It's always a good Friday. That's kind of a, of course it's a good Friday. It's a Friday. It has to be a good Friday.
Yeah. Right.
They'd call it Fry Booze if it, I don't know what it.
Well, I was just using it in like my son is off today.
Oh.
That's what I was referring to. Not being necessarily anybody who is, married to really any particular religion. It's a day off for a lot of people.
Right.
It certainly is for my child.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And I was just also excited for the Canes.
Yeah, well, that was it too. So last night.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this. And Cam Ward's going to join us at the bottom of the hour, by the way, because his name came up in a conversation I had with Jordan Stahl before the game. But for those people who do not know, by the way, this is the Adam Gold Show. We are available on YouTube. You go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Love for you to subscribe to it. So, it's Gold's on.
Yeah, just pops right up.
Exactly. we also do a Canes Corner podcast after every Hurricanes game. And last night, obviously, fun game to talk about. We will discuss the game and all that, and I'll also discuss the bigger picture. But because yesterday, at sundown, it became the second night of Passover.
Yeah.
Right? Again, I mean, look, I grew up. We had Seders at my house. I went to friend's house. They had Seders, all that. Not something we do now. But I do know and respect the traditions, and that's how I like consume anything religious, is through the traditions of it all. So last night, I opened the podcast with, why am I reclining? Because it's part of the whole Seder thing. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, I went, why is this night different than all other nights? And some people got that and chuckled, and some people didn't know what I was talking about. And that's just a Passover Seder thing. And that's all it is. And the food is terrible. Don't eat it.
Yeah, no.
It's bad. It's really bad. That's the one thing, man. Passover food's awful. Don't even try to dress it up like, no, you're just not doing it right. Mm-hmm. Nope. We did it.
Just pass it on by.
And it's bad. And it's bad. Don't lie to your kids. Don't lie to your kids.
Yeah, that's never good.
I have no idea what's in whatever, most people don't know what gefilte fish is. I couldn't tell you what's in it. Mm-hmm. My grandmother used to make it from scratch.
Yeah.
It smelled bad.
Feels like a long time to make something nobody wants to eat.
It all got eaten.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all got eaten.
Whether you wanted to or not.
All the holidays. I mean, it's great stories. They're just tremendous, just incredible stories. But Good Friday to you. Happy Passover to you as well. Maybe you're the same. I don't know. You could say either to me. It's the same. All right, we got a lot of stuff to do today. We're actually going to check in at Augusta National. The Masters starts next week. Yes, we're going to do a menu check like we do every year.
Oh, I love the menu check.
Yeah, a menu check every year.
A menu I could really get down with.
And cheap. So my man Scott Michaux, Irish Examiner Global Golf Post, sent me a picture of, I will review this, and there's a Masters candy bar.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what it is.
I just the image in my brain is it's wrapped in gold with green paper.
No, it's not wrapped in gold. It's very, and I give Augusta National a ton of credit because the concessions are super cheap.
Yeah.
They could charge $8 for a bottle of soda.
Yeah.
For
like
a Diet Coke.
At the Lenovo Center.
Oh. Look, I'm not blasting anybody here. It is what it is. When I went to the Charlotte FC game 2 weeks ago, actually it's almost 2 weeks ago now, we went to the match, and I will say that there are concession stands where if you want a fountain drink, it's free. Pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
But the cups are not very big.
Yeah.
So I think they do that for, you got little kids, boom, here you go. Get them a Sprite, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's probably 16 ounces. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I was bringing stuff back for my son, his friend, and me, and I'm like, I don't want a fountain drink. I want a bottle.
Yeah.
$8.
Oh.
I mean, there was a tip involved, but still.
Right.
It's like $6.77.
Yeah.
For a bottle of Coke Zero.
You used to be able to buy a 2-liter for $1.
Right. You might still be able to do that.
Dr.
So anyway,
Thunder.
But that's what concession prices are at games. I mean, I was going to say that's where they get you. They get you everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They get you parking. Yeah, all that.
Before you even get in there.
So anyway, again, it's what it is. I'm not complaining about it at all. I promise you. But it was free.
Yeah.
Right? So, all right. But at the Masters, a bottle of 16-ounce bottle might be 24, $2.
Wow.
A sandwich.
What a world.
Right? A sandwich, $3.
What?
Yeah.
Good luck finding that anywhere else.
Nowhere. You can't get that at, like, the local Muni golf course.
Nope.
You at the turn, hot dog, $4.50. You can get 2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even sure you can get a hot dog.
You probably can't even get, 10-day-old sandwiches that are in the sale rack at Harris Teeter like that.
The most expensive item on the menu, I believe, at Augusta, is the peach ice cream sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sounds very delicious.
That's $3. It's our friend Scott Michaux' favorite.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that as well. All right, that's a little bit later on. Cam Ward joins us at the bottom of the hour. Let's start.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
By the way, we've got a Final Four that starts tonight. Mm-hmm. The women's Final Four is tonight. Men's Final Four tomorrow. I do find it funny that the women's tournament starts. The men's tournament starts. Forget about the first four. Thursday, Friday, first round for the men. The women are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. Sunday and Monday, the second round. So the women start a day later, and they get to the Final Four a day earlier. I guess they don't care about going back to campus, unpacking. No, they don't care about that. We're just. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I said this, I think, on the show yesterday. Start the women's tournament a week earlier.
Yeah.
Start it a week earlier. Get to the first four a week earlier. Then you get the first and second round, first rounds Thursday, Friday, second round Saturday, Sunday. Look. Is there overlap between the men's and women's tournament? Probably. In terms of conference tournament basketball, I think the major conferences, I think we're kind of, they don't matter as much. We kind of know this. Get to the women's tournament earlier or do it later. Either way. But it's just unfair to say, all right, the women just played a regional final on Monday night. Friday, you're back at it. Mm-hmm. As opposed to the men get a full week.
Right.
We care. We'll put the women wherever we can fit them, but we're going to do what we have to do to make sure the men are fine. It's disrespectful to me. Anyway, we got both women's semifinals tonight. Connecticut, South Carolina, what a matchup, and that's the national championship game from last year. And then UCLA and Texas, all 4 number 1 seeds. Duke had a chance to beat UCLA, had I think a double-digit halftime lead. Where have I heard that before? Anyway, and UCLA just torched them in the third quarter, and that was that. I think we'll have 2 very good games. I like Texas. I think South Carolina is going to put a scare into UConn, but I don't think anybody is beating the Huskies. I just don't think anybody is beating them. But should be good. Both those games are tonight. The men's games, of course, tomorrow with the Illinois-Connecticut game going first, followed by the headliner, the marquee matchup, the heavyweights, Michigan and Arizona. For the record, I like UConn and Arizona to meet for the national championship, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have an all Big Ten final.
Yeah.
So
I have Arizona left. I think that's all I got left.
I got 3 of the Final 4. The only team I missed was Duke.
There you go. Yeah.
That was it.
That one got me.
I had Duke, Illinois. My final, I think I left my bracket on the kitchen table because we don't refer to it anymore.
Yeah.
But I did fairly well. This year I would have been in the running, except that I had Duke winning it all.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that's going to happen. I could be wrong.
Unfortunately.
But I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so last night, the Carolina Hurricanes did what they do. They made the playoffs. They clinched a playoff spot for the 8th consecutive year. So we'll get to the game in a second. But in a big picture about the Hurricanes, because I think it's important to remember this, or to at least talk about where they are. Where they were is now pretty it's a long time ago. The Hurricanes making the playoffs for the 8th straight year, that's almost as long as the playoff drought. It was 9 straight years without a playoff spot. From the conference finals in 2009 all the way to making the playoffs in 2019. And that's a long time to not be in the playoffs. And 8 years in a row is a long time to be in them. If I had to ask you this question, Victoria, and if I have to, I will. How many teams in the NHL that are about to make the playoffs anyway will have a playoff streak of at least 8 years?
Just us.
No, there's 2 others.
Are there? 2
others. Yeah, so we're one of 3.
So
Colorado is in for the 9th straight year, and Tampa hasn't clinched yet, and Tampa will be in for a 9th straight year. Toronto had a 9-year run end this year. It's not mathematical yet, but it's about to be. So that's it. Everybody else has missed here and there. Vegas, Edmonton, the Rangers are now working on 2 years. So Florida's missing this year. I mean, Florida.
So sad. I know everyone's excited about that.
I don't know. I'm not one of those people who's very anti-Florida.
Yeah, well, a lot of Canes fans are.
Yeah, I'm a Canes fan. I'm a Canes fan. Look, they beat us. I get it, and they play an edgy, dirty game. But I don't know. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig their style. I really do. There's not a lot of difference between the way Carolina plays and the way Florida plays. It just isn't. What Florida does is they when they're healthy, they do it with bigger.
A little more aggression.
Well, bigger players, yeah. And they add an element of filth to it that Carolina does not possess. And we've said this all the time. There really isn't very much difference at all between the styles of the 2 teams. They've also had Sergei Bobrovsky, which helps as well.
Yes.
So I'm not one of those people who despises the Florida Panthers. I like Florida a hell of a lot more than I like Washington.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it's kind of a bummer that Florida has been so ravaged by injuries that they have no chance. And, and they're playing fairly well, I guess, now. They certainly got in somebody's way last night. They beat Boston last night, although Boston's going to make the playoffs, so it really didn't do much. But, I'm going to miss Florida in the playoffs this year. I am. I'm one of those. I think Florida's good for the sport. They're an attraction.
It is. I'm curious to see how it goes, though, without them being in it. I feel like it just adds a little different dynamic to have different teams in. So.
If Florida was whole, they would be the target.
Oh, yeah.
And they are not, but they're not in. So right now, I mean, if you're saying who's the target, who is the team to beat, I think it's either Tampa, who right now is the 1 seed in the Atlantic, or the Hurricanes. And I think we can kind of overlook and downplay just how good this franchise has become. So, again, I illustrated the point by reminding people that there are just 3 teams currently on playoff streaks of 8 games or more, of 8 years or more. And, I get it. And fans are very quick to go, but we haven't won it. We've won 1 conference championship game in, since 2006. What happened in 2009 has 0 bearing on this. I would even argue what happened in 2019 has 0 bearing on this. They got swept by Florida in the most competitive 4-game sweep I've ever seen. Whatever. Florida was better. I'm not even arguing that. And last year, Carolina just was completely overwhelmed by Florida. But, and this is not an excuse, I think it's a very reasonable explanation. I think you're talking about one of the historically great teams in the Florida Panthers. I would put them up against any championship team that I have watched in the last 30 years. Every single one I would put Florida against. And if I were a betting man, I would bet on the Panthers. The teams to me that are in its category its class. The Red Wings teams of the late 90s and the one that beat Carolina in 2002, but I think they were better a few years earlier. And the Islanders and Edmonton teams of the 80s. That's it. Everybody else loses to the Panthers. I think they were that good. So I'm not giving the Hurricanes a pass for getting whipped by the Panthers last year. I just think it's an explanation as to why it looked the way it did. I think Florida was that good. This year, nobody's that good. Nobody is in Florida's league. Colorado isn't in Florida's league. Colorado will struggle in the West. I think ultimately they come out of it. But has anybody paid attention to their goaltending lately? Because it ain't great. Every team has a flaw. Every single team has a flaw. I think the playoffs are going to be super exciting. Colorado's biggest test is going to come in round 2. More than likely, it will be Dallas. But Dallas hasn't been the greatest postseason team in the world either. Somehow the Stars get the pass that Carolina's not getting. Don't know why. Dallas, nobody's whining about how come the Stars haven't made it.
No.
I mean, they did make the Stanley Cup Finals in bubble hockey, but why
does that count?
Tampa won it. I'm not taking it away, but bubble hockey was just what? They won it the next year in the crazy pandemic year in which they beat a Montreal team in the final that wouldn't have made the playoffs in any other format. They would not have made the playoffs. So I'm not trying to take anything away from Tampa. They were the best team. I am not in any way arguing that. And they are on this playoff run, too. They are historically great. Maybe not to the level of Florida, but those Lightning teams were awesome. This Lightning team is pretty good, too, by the way. And they do play with a little bit of an edge. Not a little bit, very much an edge.
Yeah, that always make me worry.
I like Carolina's chances against them. I do. And people go, Vasilevsky. That's the separator. Vasilevsky versus whomever Carolina starts in goal. But I just don't want people to overlook just how difficult it is. And I'll do this. I did it last night. Think about the teams that aren't going to make the playoffs and look at their rosters. Look at Washington's got a good roster. They won the division last year. Not Carolina. Washington won the division. They won it comfortably last year. They're not making the playoffs. You can talk to me all year long. Well, the Rangers weren't that good. They were top-heavy. Yeah, they were top-heavy. But look at how top-heavy they were. They had great players. And they played poorly. And then they got rid of Artemi Panarin. And Toronto. I mean, there are a lot of good teams that are going to miss the playoffs with good rosters. And Carolina, without a superstar. I mean, our superstar is Sebastian Aho, and he's an outstanding player. But he ain't one of those. We don't have a single player, I don't believe, in the top 30 in scoring in the NHL. Not one. And somehow, this team is at the top of the league every year. Every year. Why would we, in any way, shape, or form, not celebrate that? Yep, we all want more. I am also a little bit worried about goaltending. Freddie Anderson didn't have a problem last night. I don't think that goal was on him.
Yeah. They also didn't need to because they were on fire.
Carolina allowed 10 shots on goal in the game.
Yeah.
Columbus needed to win that game.
Yeah.
Carolina allowed 10 shots on goal. Stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. The first period, I think, was as good a first period as Carolina has played all year. Stankoven scored 2 goals. I He was my second star. Jackson Blake was my first star last night. To me, Blake makes the play on both goals that allows the play to even happen. So he didn't get an assist on the first one. He got an assist on the second one. It wasn't a primary. It was a secondary assist. But he made the play that allowed both goals to happen. I thought Jackson Blake was tremendous last night.
And then Nikishin with his first shorty.
That was just a great play because it was his steal that leads the play out of the zone. Aho gives it to Jarvis. Jarvis delays enough to allow Nikishin to get up in the play, and then the shot was just elite. I do think that if Frederick Anderson were that goalie, I think Hurricanes fans would have lost their minds. Like, how do you allow that? I mean, Nikishin, it wasn't like he was right on top of Merzlikins, so it was stoppable, but it was a great shot. And Nikishin has played better and better and better. Still makes mistakes defensively, still loses his assignment at times, but my gosh, he is getting better. He's probably not going to be a liability when we get to the playoffs. But I thought last night defensively, because Carolina wasn't awesome, I didn't think in the second and third periods, but Slavin and Chatfield were, and I thought Miller and Walker, while there were some strange puck decisions, I thought Miller and Walker were tremendous.
Yeah.
Last night. Carolina defensively was great. Freddie Anderson had to make a couple of good saves, but that's it. And again, 10 shots.
Yeah. That's
just 10. Come on. You can't
so
allow
great.
10 shots on goal.
Did you also see Nick Deslauriers trying to teach Nikishin how to fight?
I saw the video of him. It was after practice a couple of days ago. Yeah.
Look at him go. So cute.
What a teammate.
What a guy. Always learning.
I don't want him fighting. I don't want Nikishin fighting.
I don't either. But
I don't want any guy fighting.
having that in your, back pocket just in case.
Well, the year after Svechnikov was knocked out by Ovechkin, he spent much of the offseason learning how to box.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Life skills.
All right. Cam Ward's going to join us on the other side. His name came up yesterday in my conversation with Jordan Stahl in the morning at the morning skate, because I was talking to Jordan about what it used to be when he first got here and what it is now. And we'll talk to Cam Ward about that and his buddy Jordan Stahl next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Tim Donnelly.
And me, Dennis Cox.
And 99.9 The Fan is live in Indianapolis.
We're in the center of the action, the site of college basketball's national championship.
We'll bring you all the news, insight, and interviews you'll only get by being here in person.
Maybe we'll even talk with Carolina or State's next head coach.
Or last head coach.
We're at the Natty thanks to Carolina Ale House.
Call Carolina Ale House to book your watch party at one of USA Today's 10 best sports bars.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. We're down to the Final Four, and FanDuel giving all customers a profit boost every single game day leading up to the big championship game. So all you got to do, build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Do you like UConn? UConn's actually plus money to begin with. UConn and over 139.5 probably take you to around plus 400. That would be nice. You can try live betting as well. That's actually a lot of fun. Jump in after tip-off. FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel. Play your game. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Hey folks, Dennis Cox here from my good friends over at Law Tigers. Over 25 years ago, Law Tigers was built for one thing: for riders and by riders. Every time you're out there on the road, they protect what matters most: your freedom, your family, and the ride. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. Every time I'm on the bike, I know Law Tigers has my back. lawtigers.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
This is it, the finals, and there's only one place to watch. Carolina Ale House, one of USA Today's 10 best sports bars. And don't watch history on your couch. Watch it on wall-to-wall TVs with full audio, ice-cold beers, and $6 well cocktails. Dunk our limited-time French onion smash burger, or go all in with Rib and Mac egg rolls all tourney long. Call now to book your watch party with us. No booking fees, no minimum, and plenty of table space for your beer pitchers. Everyone's welcome, except Will Wade. Carolina Ale House. Ale, yeah.
Squirrels, nail pops, even bullet holes. This is Holly from RoofWorks, and those are some of the main things we see that cause roof leaks. It's never a bad idea to stick your head in the attic periodically and check sheetrock on the ceiling and walls. Finding problems early can save you hundreds to thousands of dollars. RoofWorks wants to help you stay ahead of the game with preventative maintenance for your home or business. At RoofWorks, we don't want to be the biggest, we just want to be the best. Roofworks.com. That's roof, WERKS.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is Adam Gold.
So Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots, they asked him about birthday cake, and he said there was only one cake qualified for his birthday cake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to guess what that is?
Is it vanilla?
No.
Oh.
Karen.
I love him even more.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold, Victoria, producing the program. Yesterday, about 10:45, after the Hurricanes were done with their morning skate, I went into the locker room to talk to the captain, Jordan Stahl, on the occasion of his 1400th career game. And one of the questions I asked him was about when he got here, came here to play with his brother, Eric, and they thought, man, it's going to be great. Eric's a great player. Hurricanes Hall of Fame, maybe even one day in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And we've got a great goalie and all of that, and it's going to be great. And it wasn't. It just wasn't for 6 years. 8 years later, in year 14, Jordan Stahl plays in his 1400th game, and they're in the playoffs now for the 8th straight year. When I asked him about the juxtaposition of that and this, the first name that came up was Cam Ward, Mr. Conn Smythe, who joins us on the Adam Gold Show. What are your thoughts on 1,400 games and him name-dropping you? Because I think he's just trying to impress me anyway. Him name-dropping you in the locker room.
Yeah, when you asked me to be on the show and say, for Jordan's 1,400th game, it was I had to sit down for a second. I was like, has it really been 1,400 games? Because when you spit out that number, it is that's impressive. Not a whole lot of people have been able to do that in our league, and for him to do that and still be able to play strong and be a valuable piece to the organization is kudos to him. It just speaks to the kind of player, the kind of human that he is, to have that work ethic, that dedication and commitment to the game, to be able to play that amount is super impressive. And obviously I heard your intro there, and although it was bad, we had our bad years, we did have some good times.
Yes.
It wasn't all bad, but I was thankful to have Jordan as a teammate and friend through those difficult times when I was here and playing, just someone to lean on and kind of sharing the frustration and go through it together. But it's I couldn't be happier for him to be leading this team as captain for 8 years in a row to make the playoffs. That's just fantastic. And look at him, man. I mean, he's played 1,400 games and he's having a great season. He doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He absolutely doesn't. I said to him at the beginning of the year in training camp, I'm like, you look leaner to me. Not that I'm like checking him out or anything, but I'm like, you look leaner. And he goes, no, I'm the same. I'm like, I don't think you are. You would have laughed if you had heard Sebastian Aho's reaction to the fact that Jordan was playing his 1,400th game, because Seabass just laughed because he just passed 700 earlier this year. He goes, my gosh, I am half of what he is. It's his 20th year. How can you still be this good 20 years into a career?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, again, it just speaks to the work ethic and the conditioning. I think every year, if you ask Bill Bernstein, the strength and conditioning coach of the Hurricanes, who's the fittest guy on the team, I think it's always a competition between Jordan and Svetch.
Yeah.
Year after
and the
year,
head
he
coach.
just comes in. He's and Rowdy, yeah, that's right. And he hasn't slowed down. And when I got the opportunity to play with both him and Eric, it's clear that these guys, this family has like a love for the game, and to be able to play 20 years in that amount of games, like you got to absolutely love the game too. And he shows it, and he's leading the way again. I was at the game last night and hoping that he was going to get his 20th on his 1,400th game. That would have been pretty sweet. But again, he just doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He still is that guy that is super important to have on your team and on the ice.
Could you tell?
So there's not. Sorry, go ahead.
Could you tell in what was it 2012 when he got here? Could you tell that he was? I mean, we knew he was a good player, right? There was no doubt whether or not he was a good player. He'd already won a Stanley Cup with Pittsburgh. He was the second, third pick in the draft, whatever it was. Yeah, it was one of those players. He went right to the NHL. Could you tell then that he would develop into the kind of a leader and player that he is?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just again a family trait that what a family that he comes from and what a family he has, but embedded with the hockey gene and the build. Like how many 230 plus pounds do you see on skates and on the ice? It's and he's not just 230 pounds. He's lean and fit and. Looking at his career, it's kind of like he had that early success with the Stanley Cup, and I remember him during that time being, kind of like a shorthanded specialist, a PK specialist, and just a really good two-way forward. Has been that his whole career, and then they obviously had the tough times when he first got traded over to the Hurricanes in those battling years, but. And now seeing through it and having the success that he's having right now is he's seen it all, and he's got all that experience and wisdom to teach his teammates and show them the ropes.
I know you guys still talk. Obviously, he respects the heck out of you. The fact that he would bring it up yesterday because he's like I still think about those years, and he just Wardo and Eric. And everything we were trying to do and whatever got in the way, whether it was the overall roster not being as good, the coaching not being as good. I'm not disparaging coaches here, but I mean, I think we can agree that the coach now, he didn't miss a beat. He had a plan, and the accountability has certainly helped. I think the captain is perfect for the way Rod coaches. But have you guys talked at all about the differences between then and now?
No, not really. I don't want to bring up the bad past while he's enjoying the good.
Exactly.
I mean, it's an awesome time to be a Carolina Hurricane. It has been for the past 8+ years, and you got to enjoy that ride, enjoy that moment, and he. Knows how important it is because he's been through the hard times. And so likely is enjoying it even more in knowing that. And so, no, I'll just stay on the sidelines and let him do his thing and cheer him on, man. That's I couldn't be happier for the organization. And I go to the games now too, personally myself. I take my son. It's a joy that we have together, and it's always great to see the buzz in the Lenovo Center. And we can't wait till playoff time and see what they can do.
You were here when it was the RBC Center.
RBC Center, yeah.
Was that the best first period they have played this year?
Last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. It was kind of a surprise to me in the way of Columbus. I thought that they would show a little bit more desperation in knowing that they're fighting for a playoff spot. But when you see games like that, is it Columbus that is a little bit off, or is Carolina playing that good? And it probably was more so the latter of the Hurricanes playing really good. It's just. I saw the quote that Ehlers said the other day. I think it was on the NHL Network about how we just smother teams, just to give them no time and space, and that is just exactly it. And anytime you watch them, they just seem faster, and again, just taking away that time and space. So. Hopefully they can continue here. I know it's as a former player, these are the days that you're just kind of like, okay, can we just get to the playoffs already? But hopefully they're going in with a high and playing well, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, if they win tomorrow, they clinch the division, and then it's about how important. I mean, you guys didn't. People don't remember this, but in 2006, you were not the number 1 seed. You were the number 2 seed. In the playoffs. I think Ottawa was actually the number 1 seed, but they lost early, and then everything went through Carolina. How important do you think it is to have home ice? They're going to have it in the first 2 rounds, but even in that third round.
Well, I think it's huge. It's a huge advantage, especially in our building with the way that the fans can create an atmosphere, and with the tailgating and the sold out building, and your really last change. I mean, again, when we're talking about Jordan playing his 1400th game, I mean, he's one of the best face-off guys in the league. When there's an important face-off, you want Jordan on the ice. And when you have home ice advantage, that's what you get. You get the matchups, and I'm sure Roddy would love that too. So, definitely a big advantage if you can get home ice.
All right, I'm going to let Cam Ward go here, but it is amazing. 1,400 games and all the playoff games that he's played now here. I don't want anybody to ever be to take that for granted. It's hard to make the playoffs. It's hard to keep that grind for 82 games a year. And next year, and you'd support, right, 84 games as a longer season? You're on board with that?
Sure, I'm on the fans' side now. Let's get more games.
Hey,
Jordan, the players might not like that though.
Well, I don't know. Seth seemed like he was okay with it. I have asked him about that. By the way, good holiday to you. Happy Easter. Have a good day today, and enjoy your time. And I will speak to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Adam. Take care.
You got it. Cam Ward here. On the occasion of Jordan Stahl's 1,400th career game, which was yesterday, I think a lot of fans were like, wait, another milestone game? We're going to lose. Because I get it. Hurricanes seem to have lost a lot of those games, but, man, they took that out of the equation in the first period last night.
Yeah.
I didn't love them in the second period, but it was 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't lose the second period. Third period was, I thought, more even, but second period wasn't great. I don't think the head coach liked it either, but the first period was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was awesome. All right. We're going to do one-timers when we come back. I got a tweet from somebody yesterday, so before we hit the break, that watches the show all the time or listens to the show all the time, one of the two, and said, you should take calls. I'm like, I will bring it up to the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do that.
Okay.
And we can do that really anytime. 919-860-5326. Is that the number?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
919-860-5326. We can do a live one-timers here. We also have questions in the chat. I know that. You can go to YouTube, Search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. We could do that. 919-860-5326. One-timers is next.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
You know the only feeling sweeter than opening a college acceptance letter? Knowing that you'll be able to pay for tuition however far you go. The first step? Completing the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA for short. Find out how much money for college you qualify for. Grants, scholarships, and other opportunities are waiting. How far can you go? Find out at cfnc.org/FAFSA101.
This April, during Line Worker Appreciation Days, we celebrate our hometown heroes, the public power line workers who keep our communities powered and connected. From powering homes and businesses to restoring service after storms, public power line workers show up every day, rain or shine, to keep the lights on in the communities they serve. Join us in saying thank you to these dedicated, skilled professionals by visiting electricities.com/thankalineworker.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
New Bluebell Brookie a la mode ice cream brings brownies and cookies together like never before. Big chunks of brownies, soft chocolate chip cookie pieces blended into a rich, creamy brown sugar ice cream. It's not too good to be true. It's just that good.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Agriculture drives our local economy. I'm Lee Ivey, Director of the Agricultural Institute at NC State University, and we are looking for our next generation of leaders. If you want to make a difference and help feed the world, join us at the Ag Institute, where we grow successful graduates, productive futures, and rewarding lifestyles. We offer 2-year degrees and hundreds of internships. Invest in yourself and learn more online by searching NC State Ag Institute. Deadline for fall enrollment is June 1st. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities.
This April, join North Carolina Realtors in celebrating Fair Housing Month. Fair housing means everyone deserves a place to call home, regardless of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, or disability. NC Realtors are committed to fair housing for all North Carolinians and ensuring that everyone has access to safe and affordable housing. Let's work together to create communities where everyone can thrive. Visit ncrealtors.org to learn more about fair housing. Paid for by NC Realtors.
Every day, people battling addiction suffer in silence. Because of stigma, they fear judgment. They fear being labeled, and too often, they don't get the help they need. But you can help change that. Join the Governor's Institute and be a superhero in the overdose battle campaign. Learn how to break the stigma, support those in need, and save lives. Visit governorsinstitute.org/superhero to get involved. Be a hero, fight stigma, save a life.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
Person in front of me in line had a box of wine.
Oh, yeah. I feel that person. If you are buying boxed wine on a Friday, that thing is open right now.
In the car.
Yeah. I don't even need it to cool down.
She jammed a big straw right through the top of the box
yeah.
in the
Went
car.
to the gas station to get a cup of ice. Like, they don't even care.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold, Victoria, producing the program. Thanks to Cam Ward for dropping by.
Yeah, from the beach.
Yes.
He was at the beach, or is at the beach.
Is.
It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which beach, though. There's a lot of beach.
There is. There's
so
many options.
I'm not sure where Cam is, but yes, he is. He was kind enough to join us at the beginning of his time away with the family. Scott Michaux, Irish Examiner Global Golf Post from Augusta National in about 30 minutes. We'll get a menu update, and also, what is it going to be like at Augusta this year with no Phil Mickelson and no Tiger Woods? First time in 32 years that neither will be at Augusta. I wonder if it's in any way, shape, or form like not having Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Of course, Jack Nicklaus has been there since probably 62. He's there every year. Anyway, we'll talk to Scott Michaux coming up. All right, I mentioned earlier that somebody had reached out. We will try as best we can to take phone calls here, but we have one-timers anyway. This is questions and answers. You can go to the chat, go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show, or you can call 919-860-5326.
Right.
919-860-5326. Bobby from Selma, I believe, is the impetus for that. Bobby, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good today, sir. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well. Doing very well.
Yeah, my main thing is that game last night, the way if they can just go into the second period the way they go into the first period, man, that'd be great.
It would be great. I'm sure the head coach has said, hey, just go do that again.
Yeah. Nikishin's progress, man, like you said, every game he just looks a little bit better and a little bit better. I think they got to steal in the third round with that one. And I imagine the phone lines were lit up at the trade deadline to try to snag him away from us. And Rod's like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, it started happening last year because he was the captain of his team in the KHL. Everybody knew he was a prospect. So, yeah, he every time Carolina was involved in a major trade discussion, his name came up. And his name came up, I'm sure, I don't know the particulars, I'm sure people were trying to get Nikishin from them this year as Carolina was looking for, a major impact trade, but Carolina was not interested in giving him up.
But, yeah, I just want to reach out since I'm sitting here listening. I'm out here driving around. I'm like, hey.
What are you driving around for?
I DoorDash.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right, Bobby.
Make good money being lazy.
Good. But you're all the way out in Selma. I can't get you to bring me anything. That's fine. Good luck. Keep both hands on the wheel.
All right, you have a good day, sir.
You got it. Bobby from Selma, DoorDash. All right. I've never DoorDashed.
Me either. I live too far away. They don't dash to my door.
Yeah, I don't think they don't come to mine to mine either.
No.
Even though Jack has tried.
Right.
All right.
I'm sure. Well, old school, we do have one-timers from our YouTube stream.
Yes, let's hear it.
So this one from KD. This is thinking ahead, I guess.
KD or KD?
KD.
Okay.
Do the Canes go after a goalie if they do not reach the Cup Finals? It could. It might not matter. They might go after a goalie anyway, or might not go after a goalie anyway. But it also depends, I think, a lot on what the playoffs look like. Like, totally serious. Remember this, they have Pyotr Kochetkov under contract for next year. Brandon Bussey is under contract for next year. I think the plan today is to go into next year with Kochetkov and Bussey as the two goalies. And, I mean, Frederik Andersen has been a great Hurricane, and this will likely be his last spring here. I'm sure Freddie will play in the NHL next year. I mean, I'm sure somebody will want to sign him. I don't think he is completely lost as a goaltender. But goalies in the NHL, I've said this before, they're a little bit like elite field goal kickers. That I shouldn't even say elite field goal kickers. It's like that position is like field goal kickers. There are a handful let's say 10, that you want to keep where you are forever. And then everybody else, you know what? He just needs a little change of scenery. Just, it's not there this year. Then all of a sudden he's back. So it's just a weird thing. Didn't Vegas think like they won a cup with Aiden Hill?
Right.
Aiden Hill stinks now. Like, he's a serious problem. Colorado has won a cup and has contended with goaltenders they could not wait to let walk out the door. Darcy Kemper, Philip Grubauer. And now they have, right now, essentially 2 backup goaltenders, Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood. And by the way, neither is playing great right now. That's all they need. I'm not saying Carolina doesn't need better goaltending. They need good goaltending. But they don't necessarily need Igor Shesterkin. Although, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I'm not against it. It might be hard to be a goaltender for the Hurricanes. I don't know. You don't see a lot of shots.
No.
It's not a lot of work.
That's what Brandon Bussey says.
If they paid you by the save.
Right.
You would need a second job.
You'd have to be a door dasher.
You would. Bobby from Selma might be the Hurricanes' next goalie.
Exactly.
All right. Whether it's 919-860-5326 or in the YouTube chat, what else do we have?
Well, we've got another one. Let's see here. They want to know if Tommy Lloyd is the best option for UNC in your mind, and if not, then who?
All right. We're going to actually talk about Tommy Lloyd in our next segment. Best option for UNC? Yeah, he's the best option. That doesn't mean they're going to get him. But he would be the best option for them for a lot of reasons. One, I think he has spent a long time learning how to run a program well. Mark Few has run a great program at Gonzaga. And Lloyd spent the lion's share of his assistant coaching career there. He has certainly been very successful at Arizona to a point. He has not had great NCAA tournament success. This is the first time he got past the Sweet 16. But he's in a Final Four and he's got a great chance to win a national championship. He would be the best choice. But that doesn't mean they're going to get him. Well, again, we'll talk about this more on the other side. My sense is that he's going to ultimately stay at Arizona. That's what I think. But I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility that he comes to Carolina.
Yeah.
But
especially if they win, maybe he'll be like, okay, I checked this box. Now let's try it again somewhere else. You never know.
He could. I don't think success at the Final Four, getting to the Final Four or winning it all, I don't think that ultimately impacts the decision. I really don't. I think if he wants to do it, if he wants North Carolina as opposed to Arizona, I think that's why you do it. I mean, I don't know that the job is it's better, but I don't know that it's that much better. All right. On the other side, we'll talk about Tommy Lloyd next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen for the Get That Out of Here's.
Rejection! Cameron Boozer got a piece! Get that out of there!
The deep looks from downtown.
McNeil walks up a three and connects left corner.
Did he just do that?
McNeil fires a three, got it far corner, falling down, it's a 2-point game!
The road to Indianapolis runs through 99.9. The Fan, driven by Fast Park and Relax, Chapel Hill Tire and Roof Works.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%, and most people are only making the minimum payment, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, it's Dennis Cox for Loan Pronto. But here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit cards, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. And here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at near 3-year lows. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It's April, and that means Briggs restaurants have gone Greek. Briggs has some incredible lamb specials this month, like the homemade lamb sausage patty stuffed with feta and fresh mint, lamb sausage Benedict, Briggs gyro, and more. This month only at Briggs.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty, to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
The Canes light the lamp here. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs, 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports leader.
Two-ball count on Murray. And the pitch from Joe Rock. High fly ball, well struck, left field. Malloy back. He's turning his back. Tanner Murray has taken out the Bulls for a second time tonight. Man, oh man. What a night for Tanner Murray. 4 hits, 5 RBIs, 2 homers, and it's 19-2 Charlotte.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria on the ones and twos. Patrick Keenis, the voice of the Bulls. Wasn't Tanner Murray a Bull last year? That's got to hurt. Scott Michaux, Irish Examiner Global Golf Post, will join us from Augusta coming up in about 15 minutes. So, before we get to Tommy Lloyd, I'm reading from, this is the Adam Gold Show. You can follow us on YouTube. YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan, Victoria producing. Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports just posted a story. I haven't had a chance to read the story. I just saw it like a minute ago, where the president is actually releasing his executive order on college sports. We remember that, absolutely ridiculous, whatever that was, about 4 weeks ago,
where we had all of those conference commissioners and cabinet members, like whatever, because we're going to save college sports. The executive order, the exact language, it's going to limit transfers to one time. Athletes can only transfer one time. And it will cap eligibility and police the NIL, the collectives. But let me just get to the limiting transfers. Because I don't see a world that we live in where just that, and there are other things, the limiting what they can earn and how the money is distributed. I don't see a world where limiting the number of times a player can transfer by executive order isn't going to get bludgeoned in every court where somebody decides to sue. I just don't see it. So this is great. And if I were a university president or an athletic director, I would go, this is not going to work. The only winners will be the attorneys who bring these lawsuits. Obviously, there will be plaintiffs that bring the lawsuits, but the only winners will be the billable hours of the attorneys. The schools are going to lose, and the players are going to have to spend A, time, B, money fighting for the freedom that they currently have. I am blown away by the people in charge at the university level, at the conference commissioner level. I am blown away by how ignorant they are. They will lose, and they will lose a lot. I don't understand why these people simply don't go, all right, new world, got to have new thinking. Nope, we want the old days. Well, you can have the old days. Give the money back. Give all the money back. Then you can have the old days. Siphon the billions of dollars out of the sport, which is why we're here. Give the money back. You can have the old days again. But you don't want to give the money back. Unbelievable. The gall. The absolute gall and greed. I got no time for this. No time for those people. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Tommy Lloyd in our second crack at the news of the day. I don't know how many times we've heard Tommy Lloyd at a press conference answer the question about the maybe perceived interest in North Carolina. Here's Tom. I don't even know what day this is from. They all sound the same.
It was back April 1st is when this clip was.
So
him
Wednesday.
Answering the question.
Wednesday.
Yeah, so a couple days ago.
It's absolutely true. There's going to be another coach. This is a great program. I didn't say when. You know, I mean, and people are going to speculate all they want. Guys, this team has my full focus. Nothing, I promise you nothing is knocking me off that path. And you guys might call them distractions because you're distracted. That doesn't mean I'm distracted or we're distracted. You know what's pretty cool? Once you get some experience in this deal and you're a player or you're a coach who's been at it a while, you get pretty good at, you know, eliminating the distractions. So I think I'm pretty good at that. And I just can't wait to get to practice today. I'm going to go meet with the staff right now. We're probably a little bit late. That's why Nate's pushing me to get up there. And I'm going to go try to have a good practice.
Yeah. Look, the whole, and everybody whose job it is to cover the sport has said the same thing. Well, that's not a denial. You're right. It's not a denial. That was not the intent. It was Tommy Lloyd is in one of two spots. He has legitimate interest in the job at UNC. And if he has legitimate interest in the job at UNC, then whatever happens over the next few days at Arizona or in Indianapolis with the University of Arizona men's basketball team will not change that interest in the job at UNC. So he's either interested in the job and then might take it if offered, or, and I think this is probably more likely, he is interested in using the interest of North Carolina in him to better his situation at Arizona. There has been some friction with the athletic director. They haven't been as interested in showering the program with money. I don't think it's about personal finances for Tommy Lloyd, but maybe it is. But I think it's more about supporting the program because a lot of places that are super interested in high-level football devote most of their attention there. So my guess is he's trying to get a better situation for himself in Arizona, but I do think that there's a chance that I'll listen. Maybe Arizona's not going to provide for me and the program what I want. And so let me see what North Carolina's willing to do. Seth Davis, friend of the program, Hoops HQ, said he has a hard time seeing North Carolina pay Hubert Davis $5 million, Tommy Lloyd's buyout $9 million, and then hire Tommy Lloyd for whatever amount of millions it is per season, and a staff, and fund the basketball roster to the level it would need to be funded because of the financial strain that would put on the university. And I would say that if North Carolina wants Tommy Lloyd, the money will be there. Remember, that doesn't have to come from the university. The money will be there if they want to, if that's the guy they decide, he is our guy. There would be no buyout for Billy Donovan, right? There is a buyout for Dusty May at Michigan. I think the buyout's $11 million. And the buyout for TJ Otzelberger at Iowa State is $4 million. I'm telling you, the buyout isn't going to be a detriment. It's not going to be an obstacle. It's going to be, if they decide he's the guy, then they will hire that person. They will figure out a way to make the finances work. To me, I would not let that get in the way of the right fit, unless there's zero chance I could afford it, but I don't think that's the case at UNC. I think they could afford to get Tommy Lloyd. Whether or not Lloyd would come, obviously, remains to be seen. Mike DeCourcy had a comment. We talked about this yesterday, about this very subject, and the fact that John Rothstein said the other day that Roy Williams is the only person to leave a team that went to a Final Four, leave the following season for another job in college. You can go to the NBA, I guess. And I mentioned it then. Yeah, I mean, using Roy Williams as an example for why North Carolina is the only other school to have attracted that coach before, that's kind of disingenuous because of the fact that Roy was an alum and had the emotional pull of Dean Smith actually going, "We need you." I mean, there's nobody doing that now. So, and Tommy Lloyd doesn't have an emotional attachment to North Carolina, nor does Dusty May, nor does really anybody that they are interested in. So that example is a poor example. If it's not Tommy Lloyd or Dusty May or Billy Donovan, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. But Carolina's not going to have any. They're not going to lack for options. I promise you that. All right, we'll come back with Scott Michaux from Augusta National Golf Club. No Tiger, no Phil. Excuse me. For the first time since 1994.
And people should probably eat a snack because there's going to be food talk.
We are going to talk
if you
about
haven't had lunch.
concessions, candy, and who knows what else. Next.
Nashville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan.
And me, Chris Lee from WRAL TV.
We're in the offseason, but our podcast, Panthers Playbook, presented by Wake Orthopedics, rolls on.
In every episode, we'll keep you up to date on Panthers news as the NFL Draft approaches.
Insights on free agents and prospects.
Plus all the insider info on who the Panthers want to pick at number 19.
Follow and subscribe to Panthers Playbook wherever you discover your favorite podcasts or watch on YouTube.
It's bow time.
Finally, lunchtime. I'm starving.
What's that?
This is the Bojangler from Bojangles.
Ooh, with the same bold flavor as their chicken?
The same.
And fries.
The same.
Huh. Well, I've got a PB&J.
Yeah, that's not the same.
A crispy fish fillet dusted in Bo's famous seasoning. With cheese and tartar sauce on a fluffy bun, the Bojangler's back. Hook one while you can. And it's bow time.
There's bow time, and then there's Bojangler time. You heard right. The Bojangler fish fillet sandwich is back for limited time at participating Bojangles. A light, flaky, perfectly seasoned fish fillet with lettuce, cheese, and tartar sauce tucked inside a bun. Make it a combo and add Bojangles seasoned fries and legendary iced tea. Hungry for Bojangles but in the mood for something different? Then it's Bojangler time.
Stay informed with The Rundown, the daily newsletter from High School OT that delivers high school sports news and insights straight to your inbox. Brought to you by High School OT and powered by our sponsors Wake Orthopedics, First Carolina Bank, and Smith Douglas Homes. Subscribe to The Rundown at highschoolot.com.
Whether you're in school, whether it's in life, you just got to give it everything you got, and I'm glad I was able to represent that.
The Coastal Scholar Athlete of the Month from 99.9 The Fan and Coastal Credit Union. To nominate your athlete, text AWARD to 919-860-5326.
For 25 years, Law Tigers has helped thousands of riders with one mission: to serve the motorcycle community. With Law Tigers, you never ride alone. When the unexpected happens, you need more than a lawyer. You need someone who understands the ride. That's why riders trust Law Tigers. It's who we are. We ride with you. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
North Carolina, come out and play! Capital Range and Firearms presents Range Fest, Saturday, April 11th at the range at True North in Oxford. Featuring platinum sponsors AR-15Discounts.com and Hornady, along with familiar sponsors Magpul and EOTech. Shoot full auto-suppressed firearms and enjoy live fire demos, music, food, and our high-stakes Top Shot competition benefiting the USMC Scout Sniper Association. Get yours now at rangefest.com. That's rangefest.com. See you April 11th at Oxford.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Cole styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is Adam Gold.
He doesn't have many years to choose from.
No, and part of that was COVID. Nobody's picking COVID.
COVID was a great year.
Yeah.
Look, if you invested in Zoom,
oh, that was a good year.
You had a good year during COVID.
Yep.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. We do this every year. When we start talking Masters, we have to start with my friend Scott Michaux, who has covered how many Masters
now basically in a row?
This will be number 30 this year.
Gosh.
Started with Tiger in 97, so.
That was the first one?
That was my first one, yeah. It was a good time to start.
Yeah. What? I did not realize that was the first one. My gosh. What did you think? What did you think of that after 9 holes?
Well, I had promised my sports editor in Greensboro, who was considering saving money and not sending me that year because I was new to the beat and thought he could get away with it. He said, "Why do you think we need to cover it?" And I said, "Well, because Tiger Woods is going to win the Masters, and it's going to be the biggest story in the world, and we'll look like idiots for not going." And he said, "You really think so?" And I said, "Absolutely." And after 9 holes, I thought it was the last Masters I was ever going to cover.
40 on the front, 30 on the back. The rest is history. Won by what? 12? I don't even.
1 by 12.
Who was Tom Kite second? Who was second in that year?
There were a bunch of Toms in second. Tom Kite and Tom Watson and Tommy Tolles. I think they were all like second, third, and fourth.
Flat Rock, North Carolina's Tommy Tolles. That is incredible. Scott Michaux is joining us from Augusta. All right. I always like to play around first with the concessions. You sent me a picture of a generic Masters candy bar. So have you tried it yet?
I have. You know, in the name of research, these are the things you have to do right away. and I knew I was talking to you, so I immediately went to the candy bar, and it tastes delicious. It's a dark chocolate with some Rice Krispies sprinkled on top and a caramel inside. My only complaint would be that it's too chewy. It was work to chew it, and I felt like I was a cow chewing my cud, but it was delicious. It's delicious.
So it was. So they obviously keep it refrigerated.
It was not refrigerated. It's just a really thick, rich caramel, and like I said, delicious. I think they just need to maybe have a little more chocolate in it next year and give you something to offset the chewiness of the caramel.
I have questions because
Doug Ferguson with the Associated Press agrees with me. He said that is exactly what I said.
So and what is it? $1.50?
You know, I don't even have any idea.
Oh, I get. Totally
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was in the media center, so
That's fine.
I didn't have to pay for it. But I believe you're right. I think it's $1.50.
Somebody sent me a picture of the menu, and the most expensive item on the menu is your favorite item, I believe, the peach ice cream sandwich.
The peach ice cream, and how much is that? $3.50?
$3.
Oh, $3. Well, I mean, good grief. You know, inflation strikes everywhere, I guess.
Is it more expensive now? I can't believe anything.
I don't think so.
That's just that is absolutely awesome. Now, my understanding would be that, like my guess, not my understanding because I don't know. I would just assume that the Masters would take somebody else's candy bar and just stick their own wrapper around it, and call it a Masters candy bar, like a Twix bar or something like that. You described something that I do not recognize as any other. I mean, it's not like a Snickers bar or, I don't know, a Take 5 or anything like that. So, do they have somebody making their own candy bars?
It's a unique product. It's a unique product that is exclusively their own. And I will say the flavor combination is perfect. And it's just chewy.
It's just too chewy. I totally understand. Scott Michaux is joining us from Augusta. All right, sir. What else is on? Is anything new on the menu other than that candy bar?
I think that's the only new thing that I know of. There's no like tomato pies or things like that this year. So that's the big new item. I've been hoping that they would have a 0-calorie cola instead of a diet cola, but that's still, once again, product hasn't made it here yet.
What's the difference between diet and a 0-calorie?
It's Coke Zero versus Diet Coke, and of course they're all just colas,
right?
Here, but yeah, my suggestion box entries have not been listened to.
Does Fred Ridley, the chairman of Augusta, does he come in and like grab the suggestion box and go through it?
I guarantee you somebody does, because they have them out on the course that you can write suggestions and leave them in, and they do try to make improvements every year to things.
All right, I have a question, because this will be the first time in 32 years since before you were born as a Masters correspondent. First time in 32 years that we will have no Woods and no Mickelson. There's 8 green jackets not showing up this year for various reasons. What do you think what it means? What people are still going to be talking about it. So what are your thoughts on this Masters? And obviously the competition doesn't change because neither of those guys really were going to be competitive in the event. What's going to be the chatter about that?
Well, I mean, you're right. It doesn't matter competitively because neither one of them are very relevant right now from that standpoint. But you know what? I think it poses the questions about the future of the honorary starters things. Have those guys gotten themselves into enough hot water that they won't be the ones on the first tee someday when their generation starts getting represented? And that to me is going to be an interesting conversation when the time comes. But it is. Listen, people still love following those guys around. Yeah. Just like when I first came here, I watched Arnie and Jack play like every hole because I wanted to watch them play golf.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's missing. That's what we love about this event, is that you get to come and you get to still see those guys above the ground and playing golf in a competitive setting where their score counts.
Right.
And that's what I think people are going to miss. Those are the two most important figures of the last 3 decades. So it is a loss for the tournament not having them here.
Real quick, because you brought up a memory of mine, Arnold Palmer came to the SAS Championship in Cary, which is now a PGA Tour Champions event. It's one of the better ones. It's the last one of the regular season. And Arnold Palmer came here, I believe it's like 2001, maybe a little bit later. And I mean, Arnold finished dead last. He finished last in the field. He shot 80-something the first round. And on the final day, Sunday, they tee off in a bell. So the whoever's last goes out last, like the leaders, but they go out on the opposite side. So he teed off of number 10 in the last group. And that group, you would have thought Arnold was leading the event because all of the every fan basically at Prestonwood Country Club in Cary was following Palmer's group, even though they were like 30 shots out of the lead. It was.
Do you even remember who was in the lead and going off one last?
I think was it Tom Kite? It was somebody like Tom Kite, and there were like I get being annoyed that everybody's following Arnold. Right, I might be wrong about Kai. I think it was, but it was just kind of weird. And you've got, I mean, legends, the players on the PGA Tour champions. I mean, not all of them are legends. Some of them are guys who just stayed good, late in their professional lives. But we've had a ton of legends here, and the legends. I mean, Palmer just trumps everything. He was just a magnet for everything. I mean, literally thousands of people following Arnold.
He did, and in a different but similar way, Tiger's the same. People still flock to watch him play every hole, whether he's duffing chips or not. It doesn't matter. People want to see him play, and that's that. Like I said, that's what's great about this event. That's one of the reasons I've always loved it. Was I love that those guys are still playing.
Scott Michaux is joining us here, covering the Masters since 1997. So this will be number. Did you cover the November Masters too?
I did. Okay. Still the most unique experience I've ever had.
Oh, quiet, much more quiet than it ever has been. Also, the course obviously played a lot different. Dustin Johnson was $1 billion under par. I think that was the last time he contended anywhere. But so this is now the 29th or 30th one, right? 30th.
It's the 30th one. Yeah.
30th one for you. What you should give yourself a gift for 30. Who is the closest player today to bringing that kind of attention to himself and the game?
You mean of this year's players? I would say probably Rory McIlroy.
Right.
Is that guy, and he will be again this year as the defending champion. But people enjoy watching Rory play. He's got a bounce to him when he's playing well, and he's fun to watch. He plays pretty quickly, and there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to like about his game, and frankly, he plays the game at a level that most people can't. We were having this discussion the other day about who is the greatest European golfer in history, and some people will say unequivocally it's Rory right now. I say, well, I'm still gonna put in a vote for Seve in this argument, but it's kind of like the vote between Tiger and Jack as to who's the greatest golfer. Jack's a bigger champion as Seve still is in some ways to Rory, though he didn't have a career slam. But Rory plays a level of golf that Seve couldn't even imagine. And Tiger did the same with Jack. Tiger's golf was as great a golf as any human has ever played in history.
Yeah.
Jack was just unbeatable and so much better than everybody in his era. But even Jack admits, what Tiger was doing in 2000, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, 2000, 2002. Tiger was a cheat code for everything. I think the one thing that has separated Rory from he's already one of the historical greats because there's only, 6 players who have ever won the career Grand Slam. But to me, the thing that has separated Rory from being in the next level of player is that he has not always, almost always hasn't finished the deal when he's clearly been presented with the opportunities, because the Masters shouldn't have been his 5th major. It should have been his 10th, right?
Right. Rory is definitely fallible, which in some ways that's part of his charm. Phil had the same, problem for a long time closing the deal. And Phil should have 10 or more majors in his repertoire, but it's still I think he was of his era a defining figure, and Rory still is that, even though that fallibility is a big part of his story, and it was for 10 years, for goodness sake. It took him 11 years to get over that hump, and it's what made it more poignant, I think, last year, especially as you could see he was even struggling with it that final round. It's the most remarkable round I think I've ever seen. A man who had it won and then blew it and then won it and then blew it again and then won it finally. It was the Rory story in full in one afternoon.
It really was. And I thought he was going to, because I am such a Rory McIlroy fan, I thought that was going to free him up. I thought he was going to win the rest of them, and I totally did not give enough credit to the fact that the emotional drain from that was going to linger for the rest of the year, because he wasn't the same player the rest of the year. He had an amazing year regardless, winning the Players in a playoff and winning Pebble Beach and winning. He had such a great year, and then he was saving it all up for Bethpage, where, that Ryder Cup performance, especially what he had to deal with there, I would put up with the greatest golf performances I have ever seen. I don't think anybody has ever dealt with that kind of situation, we'll just call it a situation, than Rory McIlroy. What do you recall from that?
Well, I was there, and it was ugly, the atmosphere that was presented on that course, and pretty much an embarrassment in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it was not just Rory, man. That whole European team.
Yeah.
Holy
Shane
cow.
Lowry.
The putts they made. Shane Lowry, who can't win at Honda or whatever they call it. You can make that putt on that stage when he had to. And I don't know if Tommy Fleetwood or Justin Rose missed a putt the whole week. And even in Matt Fitzpatrick, who's not a great putter, has other elements of his game that lift him. He made everything too. I'm like, I don't know how that team did it and made it look so easy, and then somehow almost lost it anyway, which was also remarkable.
Yeah, that is true. Live betting the Ryder Cup was fun this year. Scott Michaux is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Scotty Scheffler's game has not been vintage Scotty. He won his first event. He's sort of threatened, but he's had to come back from really poor starts to threaten. Where do you make of where Scotty's game is?
Well, you're absolutely right. It's not been vintage Scotty this year, but I don't think that matters this week, frankly. Okay. I think when you get guys like that who have made it happen before on a course like this, Phil and Tiger in their day were examples of it. They didn't always have their best stuff coming. Tiger usually did, but Phil didn't, and he can still elevate himself at this place. So I'm not sure it's going to matter as much this week as it will maybe at Shinnecock or Ronimink or one of the other majors this year if he's not in his best form. I think Scotty can win this week anyway, and he's got the new baby bump.
That's
probably.
He does.
You got to watch out for those guys. It even lifted Danny Willett, for goodness sake.
That is true. Who's your pick, Scott?
Well, you're not gonna believe me when I say it.
I will.
But I think Patrick Reed is going to win this week.
Really?
I do. I just have this feeling that he's going to do it. And if not him, I think it might be Rahm or DeChambeau. I think it's going to be one of those live.
Well, Reed's not a live guy anymore.
That's right. He's live-ish, and he's still a villain. And
well, yes, but he was a villain before live.
Exactly, but I just think he's continued to play here well every year,
yes.
And I think we don't give him his due because he hasn't won since he won, but he's always right there.
Yeah.
And the start he had this year over in the Middle East was really impressive. He's clearly playing some excellent golf. But so is DeChambeau and so is Rahm. Rory and Scotty not so much, but those two guys are going to be there anyway. They'll be in the mix.
All right.
But I really think might be one of those other guys, and I'm picking Patrick.
All right. Aren't we due? And I'll let you go here. Aren't we due for like one of those Larry Mize type figures? So would you be surprised if a Russell Henley won a Masters?
No, because Russell plays well here.
Yep.
He absolutely could, and there's a couple other guys that might, we might find out are really made for this place. Some people who've never played before. Jacob Bridgman might be very good here. Marco Pinge, or however you pronounce his last name.
I think it's Pinge.
I think it is, and I think he might be very good here. He's got a game that seems to, he's more powerful than people even know. And, I think there could be a big surprise. Aubert almost won this thing his first time out, and he's starting to play good golf now, though. He does have a finishing problem himself.
Yes, he does.
At the moment, and that could loom large in the end, but he's got a game that's beautifully designed for this. So there's a whole lot of people. I really think there's more people that can win the Masters now than there ever were. I think for a long time you could point to 10 guys and you threw a blanket on them and said, one of these 10 guys is going to win. They almost always did. I think that number is, more than 20 now.
Scott Michaux, at Scott Michaux on Twitter. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the candy bar, enjoy the peach ice cream sandwich, and enjoy your 30th. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always fun.
Thank you, man. Take care. Scott Michaux here on the Adam Gold Show. We've got to get a menu update, and then we talk a little bit about the Masters. It is obviously it's a void when there's no Mickelson, there's no Tiger. Real quick, Victoria, have you ever? And believe it or not, I've not done this. I don't say believe it or not. I don't, and I abhor it. Do you know who I am?
Oh, Oh, gosh.
Okay?
Do I ever do that?
Yeah, right.
No. Do I ever do that?
Yeah, right.
No. Never.
I don't do it either. And it's frankly, it's kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure there's ever been a better is not the right word because it was unsuccessful, a more glaring do you know who I am without do you know who I am. Have you seen the body cam footage of the Tiger Woods traffic stop?
I have not.
I watched it.
Oh, no.
I watched it. First of all, and we talked about it yesterday, and I talked about it with Chip the other day. The whole story is it's a sad story. I don't have necessarily empathy. The empathy I have would be for Charlie and Sam, his daughter. I have empathy for the kids because of how this impacts them. That's who I have. That's who I feel for in this case. I don't have empathy for Tiger. I'm not being mean. I just don't. I mean, this is a self-inflicted problem for Woods, and that he needs help. He has to get through it because he does have a lot to offer the game. But I watched the body cam footage, and he dropped while he's going through the field sobriety test and ultimately being handcuffed, he dropped I just got off the phone with the president.
Oh, no.
This is not about anything that people think it is.
No, but it's do you know who I am?
Did you think that was going to get you off of a DUI? Did you, what?
Terrible.
Did you think that, oh, really? What did the president have to say? Can I speak? What, did you think that was getting you a reprieve? Giving you a driving mulligan? That, to me, I read that part of the story, and I'm sorry, I laughed. At that point, it becomes comedy.
Right.
Yeah,
that's your approach. That's your strategy.
Look, if he was pulled over by a federal agent, I guess he could have pardoned him.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm trying to work within the framework of what a pardon can cover. But he was not pulled over by the FBI. He was pulled over by like a county sheriff, a Martin County sheriff in Florida.
Yeah. This feels like an Andy Griffith episode.
Whoa.
Like if
I just got off the phone with the president.
I know your mother. We went to school with each other. Like what?
So
wow.
What is that doing for you? Oh my gosh. That is to me the ultimate attempt at do you know who I am? I'm sorry. I saw that part of the story and I'm like, you got to be joking.
Yeah.
But no.
I think Justin Timberlake also kind of sort of used that same approach.
But he didn't say I just got off the phone with the president.
He left that part out.
Right.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm on a world tour.
Right.
And then when he was asked about it, he couldn't explain what a world tour was.
Oh, you know those Tiger and Justin Timberlake have opened up restaurants together?
Have they?
They have.
Wow, this explains so much. They do a lot together, apparently.
I don't know. This yeah, okay. We'll stretch and place bets. My gosh. Next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. The tournament is always hot. This year, no different. And FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single game day leading up to the championship game. Build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Or try live betting. Oh, live betting is fun. And jump in after tip-off, especially if you're like me and you got stuff to do and you get to the game late. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. win. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel.com/local. Get your profit boost. Keep the action going with FanDuel. Play your game. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
New Bluebell Brookie a la mode ice cream brings brownies and cookies together like never before. Big chunks of brownies, soft chocolate chip cookie pieces blended into a rich, creamy brown sugar ice cream. It's not too good to be true. It's just that good.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Carolina Complete Health. From neighborhoods in Charlotte to families in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham, all the way to Asheville and Wilmington, and everything in between. We are here for communities across North Carolina, connecting you to the care and support you need. We are here to make healthcare easier to access and understand. We are here to bridge the gap, because your health matters. Your community matters. You matter. We are here for your health. Visit hereforyourhealthnc.com.
This April, join North Carolina Realtors in celebrating Fair Housing Month. Fair housing means everyone deserves a place to call home, regardless of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, or disability. NC Realtors are committed to fair housing for all North Carolinians and ensuring that everyone has access to safe and affordable housing. Let's work together to create communities where everyone can thrive. Visit ncrealtors.org to learn more about fair housing. Paid for by NC Realtors.
Have you ever considered a career as a public power line worker? Public power line workers use a variety of specialized skills to build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system. As a public power line worker, you can expect a career that allows you to work close to home, a safety record superior to other energy providers, and training and apprenticeship opportunities. Learn more about public power and careers in public power at electricities.com.
Your child's doctor shares your goals, a healthy future for your child. Doctors recommend vaccines throughout childhood because they protect what matters most: your child's future from preventable disease and serious illness. Discuss any questions you have and check that your child is up to date and talk about any concerns. You're right to have questions. Get real answers. Start a conversation with your doctor today. Visit vaccinesforkids.nc.gov. Paid for by NCDHHS.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women,
taking the lives of 1 in 3. That's more than all forms of cancer combined.
When we come together and go red,
the more power we have against our greatest health threat.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org today to learn more.
This is Adam Gold.
80-second mark, I scream in the booth. I screamed in the booth. Why the heck is he still on the ice?
Did you say it in Finnish?
I should have.
Yes.
No, he wouldn't. He curses in English.
He does.
All right, 2 seconds later, he scored.
Yes.
And I went, oh, that's why. That's why.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria is producing. We're going to place our bets here in a minute. Before we get to that, and before we do the seventh inning stretch, and this is, I guess, well, why don't we play the music, and I'm going to ask you something in the seventh inning stretch. I follow a movie feed on Twitter called All the Right Movies.
Okay.
And they always put out questions about different movies or whatever. So one of the questions they asked today was, what is the movie that has made you cry the most? Do you have a movie that makes you cry?
I mean, Field of Dreams is always one of them.
Oh, I cry at that.
Oh my gosh.
I cry at Field of Dreams.
Land of 1,000 Dreams is also one. Fern
Okay.
Gully, like
What?
way back. It's
Okay.
like animated movies. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know you haven't seen this one, The Notebook, right?
I've not seen The Notebook.
That's one. Okay. Yes, female, have only seen it once.
Okay.
And that one's a sad one. I can't remember if it made me cry. Maybe
See-
Titanic.
Oh,
With the Jack and Rose
Yeah,
in the
it didn't make me cry.
ocean scene.
It didn't make me cry. Have you ever seen the movie called The Family Stone?
No.
Craig T. Nelson, Diane Keaton. It's a holiday movie. It's on every Christmas. You can find it. It's on like every day for like a month and a half, and it's a great movie. And it's one that makes me cry. The Rookie makes me cry.
Yeah.
I bawl.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. But when he calls home to tell like his wife and son that he's made the major leagues, gone.
Yep.
And my wife's laughing at me. Aileen is laughing at me. Like,
Yeah.
come on, it's emotional.
Right.
But Field of Dreams when he has a catch with his dad.
Big time. Yeah, it gets me right in the
Sorry,
feels.
I'm gonna cry right now.
I can't blame it on the pollen then.
All right, there you go.
No.
Just wanted to ask that question.
No, can't do it. It's a good one. Well, speaking of movies and like TV and stuff like that, I forgot because April 1st came around and I think we were talking about something foolish. I don't know. But things to look forward to in the month of April. We
Yes.
have a lot of different stuff. So
Yes, we
starting
do.
with sports, March Madness, obviously, continuing this weekend. Women's National Championship game Sunday. Men's is on Monday. MLB is in full swing. Hopefully the Cubs can get it together. The Masters, like you've been talking about, is April 9th. Also, NBA and NHL playoffs both start the 18th. And the NFL draft is April 23rd. And I know one of our roundtable guests today is already, I'm sure, eyeball deep in all
my
this
gosh.
draft stuff. So he's going to be prepared and super excited about it.
Yes.
Now, movies. I found this interesting because I read a lot of just prep things sometimes. So the Michael Jackson movie called Michael.
I want to watch it.
Yes, that comes out April 24th. Little side note, I did read that Janet Jackson was not happy throughout the entire viewing of it with the family. Like, I guess she was nitpicking all kinds of stuff. But some of the brothers were thinking it might be a jealousy thing. So who knows? All speculation.
All right, we'll see.
But that's a movie that I would totally watch, too.
Yep.
That's going to be a good one. And Super Mario Galaxy movie for all those kids. That's out now for all the parents. If you need to put something on in the background while the kids are, like, hunting for eggs or whatever, then I guess you could do that. Now, there's also going to be a ton of spin-offs and reboots. So speaking of people, in their feels and like nostalgic, Malcolm in the Middle is doing some kind of
There's another TV show?
Yeah, it's called Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair.
We are running out of ideas.
I know.
Like,
exactly.
Have you seen the movie Cape Fear?
No.
Okay, Cape Fear. It's actually a remake. There was a Cape Fear back in the 60s with Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum. And then they remade it with Nick Nolte, Jessica Lange, and Robert De Niro. And it's awesome. The remake is awesome. The original is also very good.
Yeah.
But the remake is amazing. And now it's a TV show.
Oh. Wow, it's a lot of it. No
Okay.
new ideas. I know.
We have no new ideas.
Sometimes creators just want to. That's how I personally feel about Marshall so far. The show. It's
I've
like
not
a
watched it.
spin-off of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It's not as good as.
It's a continuation of. It's just.
A little disappointed.
It's
with
just
it so
Casey.
far. Mm-hmm.
It's just him.
Yeah.
As the marshal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I-
jumping into that.
Not
it's just-
interested.
I've only watched an episode. Not,
I enjoyed
not
his
excited.
character though in Yellowstone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Also, Stranger Things again. More Stranger Things is doing a spinoff, Tales from 85. That'll be on Netflix April 23rd.
When does Ted Lasso is out in the summer, right?
I think so.
I think the season 4 of Lasso is the summer.
That's another one that I need to see.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that one. So, but if you're a fan of these, This is their final episode, or final seasons, I should say. The 5th and final season of The Boys.
I haven't watched it.
Haven't seen that one either. That's happening this month. Also, 5th and final season of Hacks on HBO. HBO puts some good shows.
Yep.
I have not seen that either, but that also starts this month too. So, and I'm curious about this one. Kevin Hart, he's hilarious, but there's a new comedy competition series, and it's called Funny AF with Kevin Hart. And it premieres on Netflix. So
Okay.
I'll probably watch that. We'll see how that goes. And then obviously the holidays, we know about them. April Fool's already happened, if you want to call that a holiday. Passover, today's Good Friday, Easter Sunday. So there you
Then
go.
we're done. We're
Then
out of
that's it.
holidays.
That's it. They've got a bunch of like the national holidays. People like National Beer Day is this.
I mean, it's a holiday.
It is National Pet Day. Then we have Earth Day. Maybe get some plants for cheap. So, yeah, I don't
Nothing's
know.
cheap anymore.
Nothing is cheap anymore. Nothing's cheap. But you know what helps? Maybe if we make some good bets.
Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you one.
By the way, my parlay of the Red Wings and Devils to win last night at plus 264 hit.
Nice.
I hope people are paying attention. The Jarvis overtime game-winning goal, he didn't score, and there was no overtime.
They
so
didn't need it.
That was a mistake, but I got you the other one.
That's okay. One's good, though. So this weekend, we have UFC Vegas 115.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully these come through. You know I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
A great thing to watch on Easter weekend. So I'll start at the top. Renato Moicano, give me the money, Moicano. That's one of his famous things he said in the octagon. That's why I said.
Okay.
He's taking on Chris Duncan. Don't think this is going to be a money-making day for Moicano because I think Chris Duncan's going to win. He is favored, so give me him to win by knockout. That's plus 130.
Chris Duncan does not sound like an MMA fighter to me.
He does not. He also kind of doesn't look like one.
He sounds to me like maybe the agent of one of the MMA fighters.
One of the trainers, yeah.
All right. You want to finish off the card?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go with the co-main, Verna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci.
Tabitha?
Tabitha Baby Shark is her nickname. Tabitha's been on the struggle bus a little bit, but I think she's going to pull it together and win this one. She's an underdog, so plus 105.
Verna has to win that. I don't know who either of these women are. All right, but okay, so you got that.
Yeah, and then last but not least, let's go Barbosa versus Gatto. That's on the prelim card. So, I'm going to go with Melissa Gatto in this one. This one's going to be a close one, but give me Melissa Gatto just outright plus 110.
All right, Melissa Gatto to win. All right, tonight, National Hockey League, Islanders and Flyers. The Islanders are at home before they come here, take on the Hurricanes tomorrow. Islanders got to win a game.
Yeah.
I think Philadelphia's loss last night really hurts. So give me the Islanders to win and Braden Shen, anytime goal scorer. That's plus 410.
Maybe they'll win tonight and then they'll lose with us.
Yes. The Hurricanes need to clinch. They want to clinch clinch the division, and they will do that with a win. The Charlotte Hornets are at home to the Indiana Pacers tonight. Charlotte looks incredibly solid. I think a win guarantees them a spot in at least the play-in tournament. They will win. They will blow Indiana out, but we're going to go under 234.5. That's plus 232. And the Mets are playing at the Giants tonight, just after 10 o'clock. San Fran is a home underdog. Why? Plus 110. Give me the Giants under 7.5 runs. Plus 266. Mets disappointing again. It's frustrating. Wall of Sound next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. We're down to the Final Four, and FanDuel giving all customers a profit boost every single game day leading up to the big championship game. So all you got to do, build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Do you like UConn? UConn's actually plus money to begin with. UConn and over 139.5 probably take you to around plus 400. That would be nice. You can try live betting as well. That's actually a lot of fun. Jump in after tip-off. FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel. Play your game. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Hey, it's Tim Donnelly. And me, Dennis Cox. And 99.9 The Fan is live in Indianapolis.
We're in the center of the action, the site of college basketball's national championship.
We'll bring you all the news, insight, and interviews you'll only get by being here in person.
Maybe we'll even talk with Carolina or State's next head coach.
Or last head coach.
We're at the Natty thanks to Carolina Ale House.
Call Carolina Ale House to book your watch party at one of USA Today's 10 best sports bars.
This is it, the finals, and there's only one place to watch. Carolina Ale House, one of USA Today's 10 best sports bars. And don't watch history on your couch. Watch it on wall-to-wall TVs with full audio, ice-cold beers, and $6 well cocktails. Dunk our limited-time French onion smash burger, or go all in with Rib and Mac egg rolls all journey long. Call now to book your watch party with us. No booking fees, no minimum, and plenty of table space for your beer pitchers. Everyone's welcome, except Will Wade. Carolina Ale House. Ale, yeah.
Giving your child their first phone is an important and often difficult decision. After all, it is a milestone in your child's development. The Phone Ready quiz from the American Academy of Pediatrics can help make this decision easier. Go to healthychildren.org/phone ready quiz to take a short questionnaire that'll help you decide if you and your child are ready, almost ready, or not yet ready for their first phone. Go to healthychildren.org/phone ready quiz today.
This is what breaking news on WRAL sounds like.
Sky 5 captured the moments a high-speed chase ended in a crash.
From the moments that matter.
Let's take a look at those live pictures right now from Sky 5, and you can see
when seconds count.
Authorities say they are very concerned for the safety of the public. And
when your safety is the priority.
It's still an active scene. Take a look behind me.
And we begin at 6 with that breaking news. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
Watch WRAL News. Breaking news coverage you can count on.
At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join our team in the fight against cancer at V.org.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
The Canes light the lamp here. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs, 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports leader.
Now we got is that a streaker running across the field and left?
Just a fan running on the field.
Oh, thank goodness. Did he jump down from the bleachers?
I think so.
What an idiot.
Not the brightest bulb on the porch.
The Adam Gold Show. I have questions. I am Adam Gold. Victoria's on the ones and twos.
Me too.
So that was Patrick Keenis from the Bulls game. Was it a streaker? Which I would say a streaker would be somebody who had no clothes on
right,
as they ran onto the field.
Right.
No, that was just a fan, was the response from the analyst. And, well, couldn't the streaker have also been a fan? I mean, at the game.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We all express ourselves differently.
Yeah.
I found that whole exchange quite funny.
Oh, man.
Hi, everyone.
Streakers are just entertaining.
What year is this?
Wasn't it?
Streakers, well, I thought that went away like in the mid-'70s.
You would think so, but now gambling's legal. And
What does that have to do with streaking?
Well, because what was the game where the guy bet that there would be a streaker in the game,
okay.
and there wasn't, and so he chose to be the guy.
Is that even available on FanDuel? I don't think it's available on FanDuel.
I don't know. They probably took it off after the guy did it.
I mean, it is America's #1 sports book, but I don't think they take lines on will or will there not be a streaker. Will we see Bigfoot during the game?
Yeah.
I don't think that's on there. So
yeah, it should be.
I mean, you never know.
People would put money on it. That's free money for them.
You never know. You never know what people are going to wager on. But that's yes. Okay. Let's do the wall of sound.
The wall of sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
I'm not sure people know this. The Carolina Hurricanes, for the 8th consecutive season, qualified for the playoffs last night. They beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-1. The 2 points means that they cannot be eclipsed by enough teams to not make the playoffs, even if Carolina were to lose out. Truth of the matter is they effectively clinched about a month ago. Barring a total collapse, they were always going to make the playoffs, and they're probably going to sew up the division on, tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Like, if they win, time will make it mathematical. It's probably, again, already a done deal, but I don't think after tomorrow's win, we'll just say over the Islanders, if they would put a Y next to the name. Right now, there's just an X, but we are like on the edge of that being official. All right, let's hear from the head coach, Rod Brindamore, here on the Wall of Sound on an 8th straight trip to the playoffs.
Well, you said it perfectly. I mean, I think it's a huge accomplishment. You know, it gets watered down because everyone just from the start of training camp, everyone said, well, you got, talking about playoffs, and it's like, I know how hard it is to accomplish that. You have to be good for 6 months. You have to be. You can't not be, or otherwise, I mean, you see what's going on in this conference, and I mean, it's take 100 points to make the playoffs. I mean, it's not our goal. We all know that, and it's nobody's goal. I mean, but you can't get to that next phase if you don't play well for 6 months, which is harder than playing well for 2 months. It's not as important. Those 2 months are the most important that we're going to get to play in, but you have to get there. And to put the mental and physical grind in every day to do that, it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I think it's said very well. What Carolina has done repeatedly is it is taken for granted because the most important thing is what happens next. Everything from the middle of April to the middle of June, that's what you're remembered by. And it's easy to forget 8 straight years of postseason hockey. It just is. And I get it. This team is good enough to win a Stanley Cup. They're not perfect. I'm telling you, there is no perfect. There are degrees of flaw. If you can mask your flaws, if Carolina can mask theirs, good luck. They can win a Stanley Cup. I don't make them the favorites. Colorado is the favorite. I still think Tampa's the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. I like Carolina's chances to beat Tampa if that's the matchup. but Carolina is one of the favorites year in and year out, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. Every single year they are here. It is. I just hope people recognize how awesome that is, how unusual it is. Even Tampa, who has been tremendous now for 9 straight years in the playoffs. You know, they've got 4 first-round exits in the playoffs. 4 times the Lightning have lost in the first round.
Wow.
It's not easy.
No.
It just isn't easy.
Everybody would do it if it was easy.
That is true. Buffalo wouldn't have been out of the playoffs since 2011.
Yeah.
If it were easy. Real quick about the Sabres, who lost last night, because they also had an opportunity to clinch. They lost last night. They're going to make playoffs. They could still, very easily win the Atlantic. I do think it will be Tampa at the end of the day. But you see the standings right now? Buffalo and Tampa are at 100 points. Montreal's at 98. There's a race.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And Montreal is smoking hot.
Yes.
They are. I think they've won 7 in a row. They are really, really good. All right. Now, last night, Carolina scored 5 goals. A power play goal, 2 from Logan Stankoven, a shorthanded goal from Alexander Nikishin, and then did that really go in from Jordan Martinook? But Rod was asked about that versus the fact that Carolina allowed just 10 shots on goal.
Yeah, I think, it's all about what you give up. And I think we had a really solid start. I think that once we got up by 3, the game got a little bit iffy. But I like that we, like you said, we limited for the most part their opportunities. There certainly was a few that they could have capitalized on, but overall I thought that part of the game was fairly good.
Yeah, I thought Carolina's puck management in the second period especially was not very good at all. And based on the way Carolina defended those plays, Freddie made a couple of good saves, and I think they got a little fortunate at times. The Blue Jackets weren't able to take advantage of it, but there were definitely opportunities that Carolina sort of said, here, see what you can do with this. But Columbus didn't, and again, I thought Slavin, Chatfield, Miller, Walker were exceptional last night. And I also think that Nikishin is getting better. Oh, you can almost see it game over game over game. And that is an awesome, awesome development for this team. All right. Tommy Lloyd, Arizona coach. Everything is about, will you take the North Carolina job? And he keeps answering it essentially the same way. Here's Tommy Lloyd.
It's absolutely true. There's going to be another coach. This is a great program. I didn't say when. And people are going to speculate all they want. Guys, this team has my full focus. Nothing, I promise you nothing is knocking me off that path. And you guys might call them distractions because you're distracted. That doesn't mean I'm distracted or we're distracted. You know what's pretty cool? Once you get some experience in this deal and you're a player or you're a coach who's been at it a while, you get pretty good at, eliminating the distractions. So I think I'm pretty good at that. And I just can't wait to get to practice today. I'm going to go meet with the staff right now. We're probably a little bit late. That's why Nate's pushing me to get up there. And I'm going to go try to have a good practice.
We actually know the answer to whether he's coming to UNC or not. He's staying in Arizona.
Oh, did they announce it?
Pete Thamel posted earlier, just a little earlier, that he agreed to a new deal with the school, 5-year deal, which will make him one of the highest paid coaches in college basketball.
Right. So
there you go.
The last several days have been about leverage on Arizona.
Yes.
That's coaching.
Yep.
Coaching is all about leverage.
Carolina schools being used again.
Yep. So Dusty May might get a contract extension too at Michigan. We will see what happens. My overall question will be, and we'll talk about this in the roundtable, if Tommy Lloyd is out, and he is, if Brad Stevens is out, and he is, if Dusty May is out, do you wait for Billy Donovan, who will not even talk, apparently, until April 12th.
Right.
Well, after April 12th, because the Bulls' season ends on April 12th.
Right.
Will they wait 6 days after the transfer portal opens?
Hey, maybe one of us will be the new UNC head coach.
I am filling out an application as we speak.
Yeah.
All right, let's. It's time to break, and then we'll do the roundtable as we always do. We will have Jeremy Greene from ESPN Asheville, Pat Welter from WRAL TV5. We will be spirited next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen for the Did He Just Do That?
Cameron Boozer, put it off the window! Count it in a foul!
Listen for the Get That Out of Here's.
Kongba blocks it. What a rejection.
Oh my goodness.
The lob! Brown hangs from the rim, and the lead grows to 22.
The road to Indianapolis runs through 99.9. The Fan. Driven by Strategic Tax Resolution, Wake Med, Fairway Green, and Chapel Hill Family and Cosmetic Dentistry.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stopped, opt out.
Hey man, how did the date go?
I had to cancel. I don't get paid until Friday.
You didn't know that you can get up to a $750 paycheck advance with the current app?
Where was that information yesterday?
Just text them, see if you qualify. $750? Boom. And right now, they're offering a $75 bonus when you set up an eligible direct deposit.
Think I should call her back?
Yeah.
Need money before payday? Current has you covered. Set up an eligible direct deposit to see if you qualify for a paycheck advance of up to $750. Hurry and receive an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Text BETTER to 323232. That's BETTER to 323232. BETTER to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FineCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
It's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday! The very first Tuesday.
New scratch-off tickets are available on the first Tuesday of every month.
Announcer said first Tuesday.
Brand new scratch-offs, brand new fun. Now from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Every first Tuesday. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
This April, the party's in Cary as Abbey Road Tavern and Grill Cary celebrates 30 years of great food, drinks, and unforgettable nights. The 3-day anniversary bash starts Friday night, April 10th, with live music and beer reps handing out freebies. Saturday the 11th is an all-day outdoor party with local bands and a draft truck pouring cold ones. Wrap it up on Sunday the 12th with a hangover party featuring Totally Otis and killer drink specials all weekend long. All happening at Abbey Road Tavern and Grill in Cary. Details at abbeyroadnc.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Cole styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Gold. Gold.
I told Jack in the car Like, you know what the word of the year is? He goes, what? I said it's 6'7". He just laughed.
I know.
It just means nothing, and that's fantastic that it's now the word of the year. What a country.
Can we bring back cool story, bro? That way, like, us millennials can be like, yeah, cool story, bro. I would love
The Adam Gold Show.
Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria's here. A good Friday.
all good bumps.
To you. Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's what I meant.
Very nice. Very nice.
I try to have themes.
Yeah, no, we should. We should always have themes.
It's fun.
I agree. Themes are fun. The theme of this show is fun. The Roundtable is supposed to be fun.
Camelot. It's only a model.
We've got Jeremy Greene, ESPN Asheville, and Pat Welter, WRAL TV 5. Two of my favorites for this because we can go anywhere. And, well, Jeremy's funny. That's not to say that, Pat, you are not. But Jeremy is exceptionally funny. So, gentlemen, I appreciate your time. I will start with you, Pat. Grade the hire of Justin Gainey for me at NC State.
Yeah, I think it's a solid B+, right? And I think that's what you wanted. You know, you didn't need to go out there and try to swing for the fences with the sexy hire because you just did that. And, for when you go for that high launch angle, you're going to swing and miss a few times too. So to bring a baseball
we went analytics. I like it.
But, yeah, no, Gainey, probably should have been the guy a year ago. Kind of the donors and the fan base kind of took that a little bit away from Boo's hands, and now he gets his guy, Justin Gainey, an alum, a guy that's going to come in here and recruit and play defense and understands kind of, the parameters of the program and what he's working with is not going to try to make it something it's not.
Before I throw it to Jeremy, why isn't it an A then?
Well, I think if you're a Pac fan, I think you're looking at Carolina, who's like, hey, I'm just going to get whoever I want. Well,
apparently not
Tommy Lloyd. But, they're out there being like, oh, we're going to get a coach from the Final Four. We're going to get pluck Billy Donovan from the NBA. And so, I don't give it an A just because it doesn't have the wow factor. But you know what? Like, winning the press conference isn't as important as winning games. So I think in hindsight, we might be grading this as an A.
Okay. Jeremy, same question to you. What grade would you give NC State for the hiring of Justin Gainey?
Well, for me, it's an A+ because this is the getting married. So NC State did that thing that a lot of guys do before they settle down, have kids, the full life. They hooked up with Tawny Katane from the Whitesnake video, the girl dancing on the hood of the car. And, yeah, that's fun for a minute.
That's Chuck Finley's ex-wife.
Well.
That's former Angel pitcher Chuck Finley's ex-wife, Tawny Katane.
And Chuck learned a very valuable lesson of date, don't marry. And that's what NC State did. They dated Will Wade for a year. It was fun. We talked about it. You brought in some players. It didn't go exactly how you wanted it to, and now you can settle down and have Gainey here forever. Because to me, this is his end game. NC State is where he wants to be, and if this is successful, he'll be here forever. And in this age, that's the best you can expect, especially when you're looking at Carolina trying to hire whatever they end up hiring. And you've got Shire at Duke that I still have way more questions about than I have answers.
All right, we're going to get to John Shire in a minute. We'll also get to Carolina. My own thoughts on this. First of all, I actually think that Pat got the right grade, but I was just curious why it was a B+. Because whenever you hire somebody who has not been a head coach before, I think that you just don't know. I think from an emotional standpoint, it's an A+. From a bringing the university together for kind of getting especially the players who were here in the last 25 or so years. So as much as I love Chucky Brown, we're not talking about Chucky Brown, but I'm talking about the TJ Warrens of the world who played in this era right? Where where they're at the arena at the Lenovo Center. I think it's important to bring these players around the program. I think Justin Gainey will do that. What we don't know is, will he be able to recruit players to NC State? Will he be able to build a roster? Will he be able to have success on the court against a challenging, difficult schedule? Will he be able to push for ACC? No, we don't know any of these things yet because we have not seen him do it anywhere else. So that, to me, that's the reason why, emotionally it's an A+, but practically we just don't know. So I think Pat got the right grade. Jeremy, I'll just, whatever. We'll just give you. You're optimistic. I like the optimism. Now I'll start with Jeremy about North Carolina, because Tommy Lloyd used UNC to get a better deal in Arizona. I think Dusty May might have just gotten a contract extension not that long ago. I don't think they're going to go back to that well. And if he didn't, he'll get a contract extension. I don't think Dusty May is coming to UNC. So where do they go now?
Oh, it's Billy Donovan. It's always been Billy Donovan. That's the only one that made any sense. Because Carolina to me is the best job in college basketball.
I agree.
But it's also not the best time to be taking this job because you've got John Shire across the street that's adding. I mean, I think the stat I gave was he's had 16 top 25 recruits in 4 years.
Yep.
That's hard to compete with. Tommy Lloyd's competing against me. Dusty May has a handful of teams in the Big Ten that are good, but Brad Underwood's 60-some-odd years old. There's not a lot of long-term success, and Dusty's a young guy. So Billy Donovan's the one that's in a distressed place with the Chicago Bulls. I think he would come back to college and work the current landscape really well. And as soon as Lloyd parlayed it into a payday, I don't see anywhere else to go because there's not going to be Nate Oates. You can't bring Nate Oates into Carolina after he's had 2 weird stories in 3 years that were felonies attached to his team. You can't do that at Carolina.
Yeah, no, and I think they've already ruled him out. They've ruled out Todd Golden of Florida as well. Pat, could you bring Billy Donovan in, knowing that Donovan isn't going to be interested in talking to anybody until after the Bulls season is over and the transfer portal will have already been open a week?
Well, I mean, first I'd just say I don't think it's always been Billy Donovan. If it had always been Billy Donovan, they would have hired him already. Like, they were holding out for one of these coaches in the Final Four, and I just spent all day on the phone yesterday with somebody in Lloyd's camp that was trying to convince me that Arizona wasn't going to pay up, and he was really going to come here. And, we're in the media, we're being used, and ultimately, that might have been true, right? But Arizona did pay up. They did come to their senses. Like, how could they not? You can't let this guy walk. And now I don't think Dusty May is going to walk either, and I'm going to talk myself into Donovan, I guess, here in real time because, I understand what Jeremy's saying about Shire, but, this is Carolina. You can and do compete with Duke, and Hubert Davis beat Duke. The problem with Hubert Davis is he wasn't consistent enough, and he didn't run a program top to down in a way that you need to do in 2026. And, Donovan, do I have hesitations about him in the modern NIL game? Sure. But, he's going to run a program top to bottom. Now, we said the same thing about Bill Belichick, but Donovan is currently still coaching in the NBA and doesn't have, some of the personal life decisions going on that Belichick did when he was coming in here that we probably should have viewed as red flags. So I do think Donovan, with the support, the financial support, can do it. It's not going to be an A+ hire to me, going back to the first question, because of that lingering question of, hey, I'd rather pay for future performance than past. And I think you're doing that with Donovan. But, who's the other choice? Otzelberger? I like that one too. I think it's on Cunningham and Newmark and the Chancellor to really do the homework that they didn't do with Bill Belichick. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it. They have access, they have the search firm. It's all there for them. I'm trying to talk to people behind the scenes, but they have access to it. So hopefully they know, and I want to trust them that they're going to make the right decision here.
Well, I think they did do the homework on Bill Belichick. They clearly copied off of somebody's paper when it came to that. The real issue is that the people who should have made the hire didn't make the hire. The people who thought they knew better because they have a lot of money, which is very typical in our society, didn't know better, and they went for the shiniest object rather than the best option to coach the team. Again, if Bubba Cunningham made the decision on his own, not on his own, but normally the way these things are made, if it was led by the athletic director, it would have been a different hire. But it wasn't led by the AD, just like it really wasn't led by the AD at NC State when they hired Will Wade. Pat, you mentioned, and Pat Welter and Jeremy Greene are joining us here in the roundtable. You mentioned Carolina's beaten Duke. Like, I don't care what team is on the court, right? Carolina and Duke, whenever they play, either team could win. I do not care what the roster is. There's a difference to me between beating Duke and competing with Duke, and there's no way Carolina competed with Duke over these last 4 years. Year one, those 2 wins in the Final Four run were awesome, but they didn't really compete with Duke the last 4 seasons. They beat Duke some, but they didn't compete with them because Duke has clearly been the better team, the better run program to North Carolina, which is why we are in this position. I don't know that Billy Donovan wouldn't be an A-plus hire. I think the only downside to him is that he's 60. That, to me, is the only downside, and when you have been there and done that, and you are already 60, I don't know what the staying power is of Donovan, Pat.
Well, look, I mean, we all want a forever hire, and especially when you're Carolina and you've had, forever hires within the family. And Hubert Davis, I think year one, you saw the signs that even though they made the national title, there were red flags that season that persisted through his 5-year tenure of teams having bizarre lapses in the regular season, not coming out ready to play. I mean, it was all there for us from day one. So Donovan, does he have to be a forever hire? Like, you hope. I mean, he's 60, right? So it's not.
Right.
It's like a 10-year hire at best. But they're a little stuck here. But again, that goes back to like doing the homework. Like, do you have to hire? Does it have to be a home run?
Right.
Does it have to be a big name?
That is the point.
Like Tommy Lloyd was an assistant under Mark Few.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, these guys started somewhere. You've got to find them. You got to have the faith. So that's where I give Corrigan credit. And I know UNC is using a search firm to bring back to your point, because you're right. Bubba Cunningham did not hire Bill Belichick.
Nope.
The trustees did. And now the trustees are out, and the chancellor ultimately signed off on it. And now the trustees are essentially out of the picture. They're using the search firm. Steve Newmark and the chancellor are leading this, to my understanding. So, there's a lot of hands to feed at Carolina, right? Like, even if the trustees are out, you still got Roy Williams. You got the former players. You got the donors. So it's a complicated thing, and that's why college sports is so crazy and so fun. So, I want to get behind the Donovan thing, but I just have this lingering question. Like, is that really the right answer?
Right.
If he's the guy and I have to cover him, I will gladly do it, and I hope to have a relationship with him. So I don't want to say bad on it. It's just I have a lingering thing in my stomach when I hear about it.
I think he'd be a great coach. I have no doubts, but I would look at it as a not transition, but you're going to be looking for a coach. I think you have to expect to be looking for a coach probably in 5 years. Jeremy, let me, because you said you have your doubts about John Shire. Pray tell, why?
He's an elite recruiter. He's not a good coach. He's Hubert Davis.
Whoa.
He's not a good coach.
He's not a good coach.
Man, now we've got radio.
In what way is he not a good coach? The schedule that they have played to be, what are they, 66-7 in the last 2 years?
Fantastic. He's been to one Final Four in 5 years. All those things we just crucified Hubert Davis for.
Nobody's crucifying Hubert Davis.
All about Shire with better players, and it's not even close. We're in an age of NIL where there are 3 players that are head and shoulders better than anybody you play against. Shire's had one 3 years in a row,
right?
And he can't even get to the Final Four. He's had 2 of the most comedically awful losses I've ever seen in 3 years.
It is fundamentally ridiculous to think that Jon Scheyer is not a great basketball coach that simply hasn't yet won a title.
All right, let me ask you a question in theory. What is different right now with Jon Scheyer from what we were talking about with Hubert Davis 2 years ago? And then I will ask another question.
Losses in 2 years.
No. It's not about the results. North Carolina hasn't had good enough teams. They haven't had good enough players. They've had very nice college players. You know what wins in college, Jeremy? Age. Older players, experienced guards win in college. Every
I don't
single
disagree with anything
time.
you just said. And you're telling me about a coach that doesn't do any of that.
Right. They haven't had that guard.
And he keeps doing the same thing.
They haven't had that
he just
guard.
Had it. You're right, but he doesn't go into the transfer portal. That might be Duke. I have no idea. They want to win the recruiting battles. And if 5 years from now Jon Scheyer's won 3 national titles, I'd put my life savings on it that he won't. But if he has, then I'll say I was wrong.
Well, 3 national titles in 5 years? I agree with you.
Played this sport. I played this sport for 15 years. I coached it for 5. He just did something on a national stage that's never been done before. A 1 seed has never, in the history of this tournament, lost the game he did. And do you know what it required him to do? Tell the point guard they can't beat us if you let them foul you. He did the same thing he's done in that situation in every end game all year. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch a good coach, Dan Hurley, who had told the 2 guys at midcourt, he's going to try to drop this over your head. They both jumped at the same time, and he threw it in his gut. It was a joke. Now, can he get better? Can he learn as a coach? He's a young coach. Absolutely. If Jon Scheyer got fired at Duke right now, how many elite programs would be chasing Jon Scheyer?
Every single one.
A lot of Kentucky had to hire Mark Pope.
Every single one of them. By the way,
all right,
John,
you got to let me jump in here. I mean,
wait, Jeremy, you've lost your mind.
Michigan State fires Tom Izzo right now. Jon Scheyer gets fired, or are they chasing Jon Scheyer? Because I would
everybody
argue
is. Everybody is, including about a dozen teams in the NBA, Jeremy.
Maybe. I don't care about the NBA. The NBA has coaches that I'm not sure should be coaching in Europe because the NBA is so down at this point it's comical. That part might be true. He recruits players at an insanely high level.
Right.
He's had twice the top 25 players that any other program in the country has
no doubt
about
about it.
There. And he's done nothing with it.
Freshmen aren't going to win.
Have the best season I've ever seen from a freshman.
Freshmen aren't going to win. The last team of freshmen that won was Duke in 2015. Mike Krzyzewski couldn't win with freshmen, elite freshman players. Nobody does. Nobody does. You got to have veteran players in key spots. And Duke's players unfortunately melted down at the wrong time. But 3 Elite Eights, one of them into a Final Four. 3 ACC championships. You put whatever value you want on that.
The ACC that's insanely down. He's beating Jai Lucas. Tremendous.
Also a great coach.
He also beat Florida and
he's a great young coach.
1 seeds in the regular season. I mean, you're just drawing too much from one game. Like, is it a failure?
No, even if it's 2 games.
Not won a national title, I think, the last 2 years with these 2 teams. Yes, he should have.
Let me ask you a question, and I just want to hear anybody's answer on this. In the 4 years that Jon Scheyer's been the coach at Duke,
right?
Have Duke fans walked away from those seasons happy one time?
I mean, no, because they didn't win the last game.
They were the favorite to win a national championship 3 out of 4 years, and he hasn't even gotten to one.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not a great coach. You know what I mean? You're making this a 0-1 argument. It's not. He has one flaw in his
At Duke, it is a 0-1 argument.
No, it isn't.
Duke is
It
not
isn't.
one that celebrates Elite Eights. They celebrate beating Carolina and national championships.
They're not going to hang
They
a
don't celebrate
banner.
anything else.
They don't even celebrate beating Carolina.
He's the single most impressive program I have ever seen or ever covered in its day-to-day operations. Now, he clearly has a struggle here with playing with leads. Like, there's nothing you could take away from that. I mean, how else can you explain it, right? Like, we've seen this happen too many times. It happened versus Carolina. It happened versus Texas Tech. It happened versus Houston. Like, it's the one ghost in his machine. I think part of it is the Duke jersey and the pressure and being a front runner. I think part of it is the age, and I think he's going to fix it. But it doesn't mean he's not a great coach and that all these other programs wouldn't want him. You're making the Hubert Davis argument, and Sean Shire is why Hubert Davis got fired. Because Hubert Davis...
VCU is why Hubert Davis got fired.
No,
I was there.
no.
And his unbelievably awful press conference after that game.
That contributed a lot to a number of people deciding that, okay, we're done. Hubert Davis, before the season, was already running on fumes.
I don't disagree with that at all. I was saying this about Hubert Davis 2 years ago.
I thought the administration
because my
would stick
argument
with
on
it.
Shire is all those games that you told me that he lost, and this is I have probably made this too narrow. He's not a good X's and O's coach.
Oh, okay, Jeremy, let's stop there. Because I know too many people higher in basketball that think he is an elite X and O coach. Like, could coach in the
Why does
NBA.
he keep losing to Kelvin Sampson and Dan Hurley and with better players?
Because
That's not
these are like
debatable.
the highest of all competition games. So you can't say he keeps losing.
Because-
it's been 4
and
years.
that's what elite means.
He's got
I don't
three
say the word
ACC
elite.
titles and 3 Elite Eights and a Final Four.
All right.
He's got to win the title within the next 2 years.
Let me get to another subject real
Ooh,
quick.
I will take that bet because I'll promise you he won't learn this thing on freshman in 2 years.
Well, they're going to have to.
Because that's what people do, is that they say, oh, look, he's winning the Elite Eights. Why would I change what I'm doing? Because I'm going to win a national title in 2 years. In 2 years when he still hasn't, and we revisit the argument, I'm not going to sound as crazy as I sound right now.
Bull, you're going to sound just as crazy. Because this sounds crazy, and he hadn't won yet. So let me get to my final point, and but that was fun though. How much money? Or I don't know if the right way to say it. What is the impact, Jeremy, of Dan Orlovsky saying that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this draft?
I know Dan. I love Dan, and you know, and I hope that after this conversation, you two are willing to say about me what I'm about to say about Dan Orlovsky.
Sure.
Sometimes people say stupid things, and there's no real explanation for why they say stupid things.
You're right.
Because I know Dan, and I know Dan knows what an NFL quarterback should look like. And if you're looking at Fernando Mendoza, you're looking at Ty Simpson, and you don't see which one of those is better, I don't really need to hear anything else you have to say because it's insane.
Right.
It's as insane as saying John Shire's not a good coach, maybe 3 or 4 times over, because it is laughably awful.
Did you just call yourself out? I don't even understand.
100% I did. Look, I've been saying this for 2 weeks. I've had this exact same argument no less than 30 times.
All right. Pat, what are your thoughts on what Dan did? Because I think he made he has actually made probably a dozen NFL teams, put them in position to make a mistake.
Look, it's quarterbacks, right? Like, this is a different conversation than is John Shire a good coach. With the quarterbacks, we really don't know. Like, do I agree that Fernando Mendoza is the more safe prospect and showed things in college that got me really excited? Like, he just seems to have a winning gene. But, you know, he's not, like, blowing you away with his measurables either. So I can't say I really know. And with Simpson, he flashed some real traits to me. So I don't think this is, like, crazy. Like, if we were to wake up in 3 years and you told me that Ty Simpson was the better NFL quarterback than Fernando Mendoza, it would not surprise me. So, like, would I take Mendoza 1? Yes. But do I like Ty Simpson a lot? Yes.
Yep.
And, you know, for a guy, Orlovsky, who's on an NFL Live show 5 days a week, you know, and is a quarterback himself, like he's making a bet here, and he's making TV, just like we just did the last 15 minutes.
Oh, my
of
gosh,
radio.
that was phenomenal. Pat Welter, Jeremy Greene. I might never call anybody else after today. Jeremy, I could not think more highly of you. You know that. Pat Welter, same. Gentlemen, I can't wait to do it again.
Great time. Good radio. Great stuff, Jeremy. No hard feelings.
And anytime, appreciate you both more than I can say.
Unbelievable. That was so good.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'll have to get back to
that was
them.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. When we come back, clarity on Tommy Lloyd, UNC, and Arizona. Next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Every day, people battling addiction suffer in silence. Because of stigma, they fear judgment. They fear being labeled, and too often, they don't get the help they need. But you can help change that. Join the Governor's Institute and be a superhero in the overdose battle campaign. Learn how to break the stigma, support those in need, and save lives. Visit governorsinstitute.org/superhero to get involved. Be a hero, fight stigma, save a life.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. The tournament is always hot. This year, no different. And FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single game day leading up to the championship game. Build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Or try live betting. Oh, live betting is fun. And jump in after tip-off, especially if you're like me and you got stuff to do and you get to the game late. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel.com/local. Get your profit boost. Keep the action going with FanDuel. Play your game. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
You know the only feeling sweeter than opening a college acceptance letter? Knowing that you'll be able to pay for tuition however far you go. The first step? Completing the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA for short. Find out how much money for college you qualify for. Grants, scholarships, and other opportunities are waiting. How far can you go? Find out at cfnc.org/FAFSA 101.
This April, during Line Worker Appreciation Days, we celebrate our hometown heroes, the public power line workers who keep our communities powered and connected. From powering homes and businesses to restoring service after storms, public power line workers show up every day, rain or shine, to keep the lights on in the communities they serve. Join us in saying thank you to these dedicated, skilled professionals by visiting electricities.com/thank-a-line-worker.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Carolina Complete Health, from neighborhoods in Charlotte to families in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham, all the way to Asheville and Wilmington, and everything in between. We are here for communities across North Carolina, connecting you to the care and support you need. We are here to make healthcare easier to access and understand. We are here to bridge the gap, because your health matters. Your community matters. You matter. We are here for your health. Visit hereforyourhealthnc.com.
The Agricultural Institute at NC State University is preparing graduates for emerging trends in precision agriculture and food animal processing. Our students learn science, technology, and profitability to integrate into agricultural businesses. Experience cutting-edge research, innovative teaching, and tap into our statewide professional network. Invest in yourself and learn more about our program online by searching NC State Ag Institute. Deadline for fall enrollment is June 1st. 2 years, 1 degree, endless possibilities.
is Adam Gold.
Well, if I'm watching the Panthers game and it's going real bad, many times it does.
I'd punish them by not watching
I'm
them.
a disappointed mother.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I realize it's not going to change the game, but it makes me feel better. And,
There were other factors at play there, but for the most part, I punish them. I will not watch you.
The Adam Gold Show.
Oh, great way to finish.
Yeah, Joe Walsh, man.
Great way to finish.
He's great.
You didn't play Good Lovin', right?
No,
you didn't
I
play
only
Let
have-
the Good Times Roll?
Yeah.
Cars?
I only have so many options. That's the problem with
Goody
Big
Two
Bud
Shoes
days.
by Adam Ant.
I know. We could have a good continuation.
You know what? We should do another 3. No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's the Adam Gold Show. Victoria's here. We'll wrap the show up here. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy's nuts.
Right.
I mean, certifiably nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. He did get a couple people chime in with the chat. And some were like, one was taking his side, another was taking the John Shire,
Look.
his awesome side.
John Shire is an amazing coach.
He is.
And he is, I mean, it's easy to sit here and say he is going to win a national championship. There are some legendary coaches who have not won national championships. Mark Few at Gonzaga has never won a national championship. Gene Cady at Purdue never made a Final Four. John Chaney, the coach at Temple, never made a Final Four. There have been amazing coaches that ultimately didn't win a title. Kelvin Sampson's going to go in might have already been, I don't know, college basketball Hall of Fame. Hasn't won a national championship. Shire's a great coach. Great coach. Great program builder, great coach, great recruiter, great X and O. They lost. Sucks the way they lost. They lost last year. Also, sucks the way they lost. But the problems that Duke has had in each of these 2 seasons are incredibly fixable. They just need a veteran guard to do it. And you can run your offense through the post like Duke has done the last 2 years. They ran their offense through Cooper Flagg 2 years ago. They ran their offense through Cameron Boozer this year. You can run your offense through your bigs all day long. That happens in the NBA a lot. But at the end of games, if you don't have an elite level guard with experience, it is really, really hard to win. That's all. I mean, it really is not any more complicated than that. And for 2 years in a row, Duke didn't have that. Now, I actually think last year was more of a problem than this year. This year, they win the game, make a few more free throws, and just make one better decision. Just hold the ball. Hold it. Just grab it like this.
That's allowed.
Hold the ball.
10 seconds.
And then you win the game.
Yep.
Caden Boozer tried to make a play. Didn't have to. All right. To North Carolina. According to Matt Norlander of CBS Sports, UNC offered Tommy Lloyd. Now, they will deny this, but this is according to Matt Norlander. UNC offered Tommy Lloyd a top 2 contract in college basketball. I don't know who one is. I really don't. It's not John. I don't think it's Dan Hurley. Might be Tom Izzo. More likely, could be Bill Self, who, by the way, yesterday said he was coming back. Might be John Calipari in Arkansas. I don't know who Coach 1 is in terms of salary. But Lloyd took less than what Carolina was offering for him to leave Arizona to come to UNC, but still got a bump to $7.2 million a year starting next season in Arizona. There will also be more money for his staff, not to mention the budget will get a larger bump for basketball. And he will also, and maybe this is the key here, because he has not seen eye to eye with the current director of athletics, he will no longer report to the AD.
Wow, okay.
So do you report to the chancellor? I mean, that's my guess, right? You report directly to the chancellor. I don't know. By the way, Tyler Hansbrough on Field of 68 is like, maybe the North Carolina job isn't as good as I thought it was. No. Here's the thing. The Carolina job, I believe, is the best job in college basketball. But that doesn't mean you leave a step down from Carolina. That doesn't mean you leave something like that if it has everything you need and want. To leave for a place where the expectations, even though expectations in Arizona are high, there are only two places with expectations like Carolina. Well, I'll say three: Kentucky and Duke. That's it. That is it. Every other place is on the sane side of unreasonable. But at UNC, where, and I don't disagree with this, the standard, the baseline is second week of the NCAA tournament. That is an acceptable. That's not a good season. It's an acceptable season. Second week of the NCAA tournament. Make the Sweet 16. All right, here's Tommy Lloyd, who was talking about it today.
I'd also like to, let you know that North Carolina is an amazing place. I mean, it's a one of one. And, it's an honor to even be, considered for that job. And, the young kid, for me, the college basketball junkie, watching those games at home, never would have thought something like that could have happened to somebody like me. So North Carolina is a first-class organization, and I appreciate them for the way they've handled this. Michael Jordan, the phone call never did happen, so I'll put that to rest. But, come on. We all idolized, MJ. And, I don't, how many hours I watched that Come Fly With Me video. And my kid grew up watching, his, the movie he made. And it's amazing that, that opportunity was even, thought could be possible. With that being said, though, I made a decision that, my Michael Jordan is Steve Kerr, and I'm proud to be an Arizona Wildcat.
All right. Yeah, I guess Jordan never called. Jordan's too busy winning NASCAR races.
He is. He's a little preoccupied.
That's fine. Now, look, I don't know where North Carolina turns. According to a couple of things I just saw on Twitter, they're going to step up their pursuit of Dusty May in Michigan. Look, I don't think Dusty May is going to leave Michigan, too. Again, Michigan and Arizona, those jobs are, to me, at the same level. Michigan might be even a little bit higher than Arizona in that second tier of elite-level institutions. The Big Ten prints money. The Arizona's in the Big 12. They do not print money. But there will always be ample funds for Michigan to build. Always. An elite institution, one of the best public institutions in the United States. So if any of that matters, the only reason to leave Michigan is if it's not going well. If you feel like you can't get the players there that you can at North Carolina. And I think that you can. So I don't think Dusty May. Maybe they look at Billy Donovan. And there's plenty of other coaches that would be good hires for North Carolina. It doesn't have to be a grand slam name. You don't have to hire, James Naismith. You don't. You could hire somebody who, Maybe hasn't been to a Final Four. Maybe hasn't won, 100 games in 4 years or whatever. So it's still a great gig, and it will get an elite level coach, whether that coach is coming from another blue blood program or not. It's still a place that is above almost every other institution. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm Adam Gold. That's Victoria. Canes tomorrow night can wrap the division up. See ya.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Tim Donnelly.
And me, Dennis Cox.
And 99.9 The Fan is live in Indianapolis.
We're in the center of the action, the site of college basketball's national championship.
We'll bring you all the news, insight, and interviews you'll only get by being here in person.
Maybe we'll even talk with Carolina or State's next head coach.
Or last head coach.
We're at the Natty thanks to Carolina Ale House.
Call Carolina Ale House to book your watch party at one of USA Today's 10 best sports bars.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite too.